Saturday night, everybody. It's your boy Willem. How it is, what it is, what it is, how it is. You know what it is. But you make it. So if you making it, you ain't faking it. If you lying, you dying. If you ain't trying, you crying. But somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to take some positions on there. Hope y'all having a good weekend. We, we in the peak of the climax. So, mind you, uh, right now, I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of y'all be from the younger bracket, different generation, but it's okay. Uh, Anybody who's seen Wayne's World or grew up with it, and even if you didn't grow up in it, you watched it. That's what I feel like right now. Like when he's doing his little thing when he's walking out. I'm from Aurora, Illinois. Excellent. I also collect crazy shit that you wouldn't expect, like hairnets and name tags. Nah, but it's the whole thing. It's building me up. I'm glad that people tuning in. Makes me know that I'm trying to win and everybody ain't sin. Even though there's somebody who wants to sin and come on here and talk with that mouth they call that mouth. That mouth I gotta wash out for real. You better debate how you play. You better think what you say before you say it to me. I'm not gonna lie. Everything's been coming the way it's supposed to. Like I said, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it in every video, and I'll keep saying it. You get what you give in life. Oh yes, yes, Yerskis. You get everything you give in life. So you keep driving dumb. You never gonna get your L's. You never gonna get that. You're gonna keep copping cases and going through that door over and over and over and over again. Oh yeah. Everyone gonna get their turn with you. The fucking door handle. And pass you around. You share that shit like a chain. Let the gang wear it. Fuck that. No, faith, you're gonna tear it. So you gotta watch that shit. Don't be a parrot. Don't repeat your fucking misjudge and just share it. Learn from it. It's a learning curve. You don't want to keep rinsing and repeating the same thing over and over again. That's like insanity almost. Sometimes people don't know no better, but sometimes somebody got to give them a little refresher, because, like I said, if you only know one thing, and that's all you know, nobody can really blame you for that. It's they can't even call you ignorant. It's inadvertently somebody took you to the forbidden path, off the right one, and put you on the forbidden path, where even if you have a light and a knife, it ain't gonna keep you protected at night. You gonna walk into the lion's den, and believe me, I'm not lying. If you come in, I'm a lying, and I'm gonna be going ahead and not ordering out. I will dine in, and guess what? You gonna be my feast? Guaranteed, it's gonna be a defeat. I won't even have to think about it. All I will leave is the end of your feet. Because why the fuck would I want to eat your paws, especially if they gotta continue to claw? I don't want that shit going down. It might tear up my esophagus and kill me now. Shit. Let that shit be. We here. Let's just do what we gotta do. Welcome, whoever's here. My mod's not on yet. He likes me to be on, but I told him between 9 and 10. When did I get on? A couple minutes ago. So when my mod gets on, there's my mod. What's happening? What's happening, buddy? With him here for you. Guess who? That's my mod. That's my mod. My W turns to a Y. With him to mod. I ain't on bullshit. I see. Hey, welcome everybody. Good weekend. I hope y'all having a safe weekend out there. My mod's on. Everything's going good. It's all good. Let's keep going. You know what? Hey, you know what they say? Positivity breeds positivity. We're not trying to go off that shit. We're not trying to crash out. You want to go against the grain? Go beat off with some fucking sandpaper or a fucking cheese grater. But make sure you can conjure courage. Otherwise, be kitty corner from the hospital. Otherwise, you might bleed out by default. Otherwise, you don't want to be on here. We don't want nobody against the grain. I mean, you want to do what you want to do. Do what you. Oh, Dragon Twins. Yeah, hey, I'll give you a shout out. I don't know if you subbed to the channel, you just knew, or I come in your algorithm, but yeah, welcome, Dragon Twins. And you want to know, I love dragons. I love dragons. I am a dragon. You don't want to fuck with me because I'll make you start dragging. When you tell them my tail and I keep walking and I'm just dragging. Then I turn around, blow my breath without a frown, turn you into ash like a crashed out a ball, cashed it out, and now you nothing. Psh, ow. I'm just joking. I'm just trying to give some good humor. You know what they say, get in where you fit in. Well, I do what I gotta do. By the way, free advertisement till monetization, you know me. This stream is brought to you by Coinbase. Oh yes, cryptocurrency. Yes. Don't want me to get into this. Like I said, I've got to do a video instead of a live, like strictly on this, because I got some people that are a little interested. And the thing is, you ain't got to be a genius with this or have a whole bunch of this. You ain't got to be triple digit with IQ with this. It's, I could talk to some of y'all about this. The thing is, though, it's you have whatever you're gonna put into it. Make sure you can lose it, that you can afford to lose it, because it's just like the stock market. But if you got common sense and you can put your ear to the ground and wait for that good info, or you look for it, you know what they say, or what I say, it pays to discover. And I'm not talking MasterCard. So if you go out of your way to go do recon like I did, you're gonna get the type of shit that I can show you, the good returns. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now, I'm not losing on anything. And I wish I would have gotten this shit back when it started, because shit. I'm not saying money to change, but money can change you even when it don't want to change you. But I'll tell you this right now, money's always giving me a false sense of security. So, God forbid, I'm able to take this, because I'm so close to hitting 5 digits with it, with only putting it. Naturally, somebody owed me money I thought I was going to get. Well, they went to jail, and like I said, they were like my brother, like my best friend. I grew up with him. We were like fused to the hip, hanging out. And he was, he never seen his parents like me. I had my mom, my dad was always sick. So, we had a lot in common, but, he went the other way. I was talking about him before. I didn't, bring him up a lot, but he was the last person I resuscitated. Because I don't know what the fuck he did. Because he didn't, he must have pulled some magic trick, like dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, go, gadget. And ain't no doubt about it. I'm going to pull some shit, and I'm going to go slump on you, and you're going to have to revive me, bitch. And I'm like, hell no. I ain't no bitch, but I'm going to bring you back to show me. And what's funny is he never took it to advantage. He never took advantage of it. He went back out doing the same old shit. At the time when he came home, I brought him in. I made a video actually about, what you're going to do with close people to you. Like, do you keep, condoning what they do and bird feeding and, like that? Or do you bite the bullet like you're fucking, like it's a child of yours? Because this is the thing, like, he's somebody that's got kids and you don't even take care of them. You got more kids than I do. So it's like, and you don't take care of none of them. And his oldest is going to be like 12, 13, if not already. And she probably look at me more of a father than anything. I mean, I'm not trying to destroy his credibility. He did it himself. He ain't got no credibility and no integrity. So there ain't no way he could, into me, I don't care if he sees the chink in the armor. There ain't no way he's going to be that motherfucker. He's already out there burning himself up and about to get washed. It's just a matter of time. Like, you out there just on those benders, and you're doing weird shit, like, whoever you got with connected to the hip, your significant other, whoever it's supposed to be, you shouldn't be doing things like treating them like a piece of real estate, if you know what I mean. And then it was like when he wasn't with her, she would threaten, I'll just put myself on Backpage, and he would bend him to her will. And it was fucked up because she made him a laughingstock. And I was like, I told him, I was like, why the fuck would you? I don't care if you got a kid with her or not. She is making you look like you're nothing. And the thing is, right now, you got to stand up and fucking be somebody. Well, talk is cheap. It's so easy to talk, especially do the wrong thing. Coinciding them together, to me, it's the same thing. Just like there ain't no difference from an explanation and somebody, explanation and what's the other one? Excuse. To me, that's the same exact thing. I don't give a fuck if the Webster Dictionary says something different. Excuse and explanation, to me, it's a fucking same thing, only under a different pretense. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Just like when it comes to something very real. Very, very real. Anything said before or after the word but, then it means nothing at all. I absolutely means fucking nothing. Fuck all over your fucking face. Like somebody's gonna skull fuck you. Turn you into a bowling ball. Yeah. Yeah. Huevos deep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Rapio. Real quick. Oh yeah. Crack that bitch down. Break it down. That's what motherfuckers be goofy out there. and they take advantage of shit they shouldn't be taking advantage of. Almost like when I was young and I took advantage of a privilege that everyone assumes is a right. I didn't even have a license to take advantage of, and I was still out there fucking up. And when I fucked up, you see what I had to go through from the middle of 2017 to this very day. And what's fucked up is why I brought that up again and brought life into it, because look what came in the fucking mail. Look what came in the mail. Look what came in the mail. And this just cements my position for me having my L's here in under a week. Let me read this to y'all. Y'all can pause it you want when you're done, but I want to let me read this to y'all. Because, you know, like I said, nothing but good things been happening my way, because you get what you give. So you put into this shit. Yeah. Well, we're not looking for pozos, hozos. They can go stay at Barnum and Bailey circus tryouts, because they're never going to fucking make grade. They're going to be over there bobbing and weaving for apples on the deckheads and the bulkheads. When they come back home and you think they did a tour and they tell you they sailed the 7 seas, oh, that's right. They sailed the 7 seas on their fucking knees. Don't let them get you. Don't let them get it twisted. Don't let them do you like that. Just like if they tell you, oh, I never made it through PT, but I went to the brig. You knew what the fucking we're doing in there. I'm not going to say that shit. Let's not talk about something that's understood. Let's not explain that shit. But look, let me read this to you, because this is very euphoric, and I didn't even need this, but they put this in for me to cement my position so I can smear it in their fucking face like Panamanian dog shit. Please present this form at the driver's examination facility when applying for your driver's license. A minimum of 3 forms of identification will also be required, which verifies your name, date, and birth and address. Social security number, etc. Signature. This form that may not be used as a source of identification. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Don't need a fucking gynecologist to know what way the wind blows. Son of a bitch. I mean, what is it with these son of a guns? Like, are they really fucking stuck on dumb? Yeah, welcome, big guy. DMON3Y61, whatever's clever. Just make sure you pull that leather if you want some more. But check this out. This notice is not an authorization for you to operate a motor vehicle. Well, no shit, Sparkplug. Your car or truck may be driven to the examination facility by someone who has a valid license if you wish or apply for a CDL. I'm sorry, but I'm not out there trying to be JB Hunt, okay? No. Those fucking corn-fed barbed wire fuckers, I'm not racist, it's just, hey, I've come across a lot of JB Hunt drivers in my life. And you guys would be like, well, why? Well, you used to have CBs in the vehicle and be fucking around with them and not real, you know, when you're kidding. And I'm going to let you know right now, there's some fucking crazy Gestapo gun-ho motherfucking Rambos. Oh, yeah. And believe me, one of them fucking, it was crazy, man. Like, this motherfucker went to the same spot we went to. And we thought he went past us, and I wasn't watching the thing to see if he was floating away or not. And I kept baiting his ass, and this motherfucker got out of the car, and I didn't know that, like, he had this fucking, he had this thing. It was like wireless almost. And he was like talking from almost like a PA system. And before you knew it, it was like, dude, I hear you in real life. I'm not hearing you through this, just this. I'm hearing you. And this fucking dude was like 12 feet away from me with his fucking truck. And he did not notice me. Oh my God, I wanted to cower down in the fucking, oh my God. It was scary. It was fucking scary. I mean, this guy came this close to fucking trying to hem me up. And he was like, where are you, little bastard? Come on. Say something more. Come on, just a little more. A little more. I was like, oh, Lord. When I actually seen him talking and doing it, oh, that's when it was like, holy fuck. That's why I said seeing is believing, amongst many other things. Absent negative thoughts or wanting something negative to happen. Got to keep your task at hand with deadly purpose. You got to, hey, if you really want change in life, you will change. Otherwise, you'll keep fucking rinsing and repeating like a recurring nightmare. Like a crop rotation. Only you're going to fucking be doing nothing. A fucking broken clock will be fucking doing more productive. At least it's right twice a day at a bare minimum. What are you going to be doing? You're going to be like one of them odd jobs, bumping along, all the pressure in your back? Oh, anybody can do any of that. Fucking stand up and fucking be somebody. Conjure some fucking courage. I'm not talking shit. I'm inspiring. I'm trying to inspire. Like, I know this ain't a seminar, but come on, man. Like, I don't want anybody to have to. If I can prevent unnecessary negative strife in your life. That's all I'm about. I don't want people to have to go through or rinse and repeat anything that I did because I've never had my fucking license in my entire life, all right? I will have it though, and it is a master milestone in my life, amongst many other things. I just hit a major milestone this year. You know? Like I never thought that I'd have the fucking job I have, you know? By default, willingly or unwillingly, I might become union because my place is so big it might become union. But I'm so blessed. Like you can't. I don't give a fuck. People say there's the point of return. No point of return if you go through that fine lining called the equator. Nobody sees. Half people don't even fucking know about it. There's the equator everywhere for all boundaries, and that silver lining when you go across it, it's been one. And it might hit different aspects. You might be doing something else, and it destroys everything else you're doing. I feel like that's why where I'm at now. Like I had to wise up. I had to shake the fuck up. Because if I didn't, nothing good was gonna happen. Because what I was giving out was what I was getting back. And that's karma. So I don't give a shit what anyone says. You could take it to the bank, you could take it to the jeweler, you could take it to the pawn shop, you could take it to the dealer, you could take it to the bit. I don't give a fuck where you take it to. You could trade it. You're gonna find out what your worth is when you actually realize what you can do. You can do anything you want. You just have to really want to change. If you don't want to change, nothing's gonna fucking change. Nothing. Not a fucking thing. Everything will stay the same way it is. And in your mind, you can rationalize it because you could be like, well, I haven't been doing nothing, this and that. Yeah, but you haven't elevated. You look like you're stuck in a fucking rut. Like I said before, I said it again. Some people are so behind in a race, they believe they're leading. Hey, each his own. Sometimes you just gotta pull your head out of your ass like an ostrich, or out of the fucking ground, and fucking just start realizing what the fuck is happening. Most people take reality like it's guilt, like a bag of fucking bricks, like a burden, and then just lay it down. When it's a part of you, and they just let it go. And when you let that go, you give out, you let all your integrity go out the window, your credibility, your reputation. Before you know it, you've turned yourself to fucking rubble and chaos. No phoenix is gonna rise from the ashes unless you want to fucking change. So you gotta shape up. You gotta shape the fuck up and behave. Because what happens when you don't behave? They put your ass in a cage. Well, come on. You want to be a statistic? You want to keep doing that? If you want to keep doing it and you like that, okay. Free will. Let it fucking ride the long way. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye. Move it like you're in fucking fast forward. Otherwise, slow it the fuck down and take advantage of everything. The small things in life. The things that we take for granted by default. Like breathing. These fucking phones that I hate. Being able to reach out to people without it done. Driving. Chess, games, video game. Everything food. Like seriously, like people get it fucking twisted so quick. And we've been through some shit. And that's what this is about, relating. But we haven't been through what our ancestors been through, so it's like, and I heard first account from my family, they had to come off the boat and go through discrimination, getting spit on. Yeah. And I think that happened to a lot of our people, and it doesn't matter because nobody knew what their fate was, even though it's already there. And the thing is, you can't fight fate. So it is what it is, how it is, what it is. I don't give a fuck what you say. That's just how it is. And if you don't like it, try to escape the day. The only way is not the good way. All you're going to be is self-destructive. And when you come down, to still be there waiting. So what are you going to do? Hate it and debate it or fake it? You might as well just straight up face it. Don't run away from your fucking problems. Stand up and fucking be somebody. I think it's crazy though. You go to a store, you go to buy something, and they ain't got it refrigerated. You gotta fucking put it in ice. And I don't even use ice. I hate it because I know I used to tend to chew on it a little bit. And that's not good for your teeth. That's worse than fucking eating fucking pure fucking sugar and corn syrup fucking nonstop for fucking 3 years straight. Chewing on ice can ruin your teeth overnight permanently. Like it literally just destroys them. Like somebody's in there with a fucking one of them chiselers, concrete chiselers, literally. You do not want to chew on ice. And I know it's tempting, and I know people do it, and I know people have done it, and people still doing it. But if you see this, try to refrain. Practice some impulse control and restraint. Don't chew on ice like it's fucking food. We're 75% water. It's frozen water. Just melt it down with your body temperature in your mouth and let it be. Because if you keep chewing on it, you're gonna fuck your teeth up. And if you don't believe me, call me over. You want me to check the vitals? That's okay, but call your personal doctor first and ask him, or your dentist, and be like, "Hey, I heard an urban legend. I heard some bullshit." And go, "Hey, I heard chewing on ice is really bad for your teeth. Tell me that's wrong. Tell me it's just somebody was fucking with me. They were just fucking with me, sending me off. Watch what happens. You're gonna get belt plaid to the ass with knowledge." So if you're doing it and you cherish your fucking oral health, stop now. Refrain from doing it. Fucking behave. If you want to keep your teeth and you don't want Dr. Tooth coming over unexpectedly and pulling your fucking teeth out, all your bad teeth out one by one, I would suggest to behave and practice good oral hygiene, let alone hygiene, period. We're talking about oral health, so let's do it. Somebody was talking some shit, but they don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Keep your shit healthy. Because once some second sets come in, unless you got some kind of fucking hereditary gene that comes through, hereditary, or some kind of mutation where they pull your teeth and they just keep coming through, because I know somebody like that. They got these second set of vampire teeth that come up behind here. And their front teeth and their back teeth, when they go pull the back teeth, they kept coming in and they won't stop. So they quit pulling them. And then when their front teeth came out, they came in. So they got some unstable mutation, but it doesn't make them look crazy. It's just when they laugh, you can see another set of teeth right behind their fucking incisors, or their buck teeth, you would say. These are your incisors for us, our fangs, right here. But yeah, and then your molars and your wisdoms, those you don't really need to count, but they do a lot of fucking grinding, especially if you're like an herbivore or an omnivore. A lot of people be using them, but everybody's so quick to swallow everything down the gullet. Don't be doing that. You should hesitate sometimes, because sometimes motherfuckers be so hungry and thirsty, they'll choke on something that they swallow. Like my mom's best friend, he fucking was eating T-bone, New York T-bone, and he was cutting these big ass chunks, and then my mom was like, "You should cut them a little small," because he was just swallowing them whole like a fucking egg roll, and they were at a diner. I was locked up at the time. I ended up finding about it when she came to visit me. It was the 5. His name was Murph. And not even 2 minutes later, the last one he cut off, because he was cutting sections of it up into cubes. Well, he was at the end of the one section. And he put that motherfucker in his mouth. And guess what? Before you knew it, he dropped the fork and the knife, and he was fighting for his fucking life. And guess what? Death won. It was, he dearly departed. And what's fucking crazy is tried to do CPR on him when they got there, because it was a spot right off of 55 up north, little diner and shit. It's not there no more, but right there. And they come and they try to resuscitate him. They couldn't. And what was fucked up was when they went to go do his autopsy, they pulled that cube of steak out of his fucking throat that was lodged in there and clogged his windpipe. Oh yeah. So he choked on a piece of fucking steak, and believe me, it's part of his autopsy. There's a fucking picture of it that they pulled out of it, and video and audio. And it's crazy, because he was warned. And it was like he was so hungry, he let his impulse controls. He didn't have no restraint. The strain was too much that he could bear, and I'm not trying to be fucking stupid about it. I'm not. Because when I heard about it, I was a little devastated, because I was like, Murph? Big Murph? And then I realized how he ate, because I'm sorry, I told y'all guys, hey, all of y'all sit on here, I'm a big animal lover, and there should be more people like me. I appreciate that. I take my hat off to that. Standing ovation to y'all. Magic Mushroom, or whoever, Magic Mushy, or Mushroom, you have a shroom for a profile pic. Your name's Magic Mushy or Mushroom, whatever it is. I appreciate that. That means a lot, because you want to know what? For some odd reason, I can understand them more than they can understand their own and anybody else around them. And people are a little bit amazed about that. And you're not the first one, but because you've beyond made it not an isolated incident. This is not an isolated incident. It's not even an incident. It's epic, and I'm thankful for that. Whether you're on here or not, if you keep watching my stuff, you'll know, because you said there's got to be. I wish there was more people like you in the world. You know, that heightened the spirits. That put me in warming, glowing embrace. And I really appreciate that because you want to know what? Hey, for some odd reason I can connect with them, and maybe I give them more attention. Maybe it's because I don't know, sit there and try to act. I'm not gonna lie. I sometimes my whole life growing up I would off and on act like a cat because I'd always want to know what they were saying when they would go and start talking and chirping and singing, trying to be fucking maestro or part of the choir, and I would watch their movements and their patterns, and like anything, we're they're not mammals, but we're mammals. We're just like them though when it comes to being a creature or something of habit. So I clocked their movements, and then like when you have when you have the luxury of having animals around you, and they're having litters, and the ma's tame, and you're able to be with the kittens, you watch them being stuff like that. Like you almost are bigger than the mother itself. There's times I've seen the fathers. Most of the time, it's a feral cat that gets the mother pregnant, and then they try to kill the males and then any other cats around because they know if they grow up, eventually they're gonna knock them off their slot. Yeah, knock them right off their fucking swivel. Knock that motherfucking head off. Take the beef right out the taco. Boom. Playing with you like you ain't got no nachos. Where's all that cheese with that nacho? I just blew it out like a boom. You don't want that shit, and that's what they do. I watched it happen for. It got to the point where I started using a pellet gun with a scope on it to start killing feral cats because they would actually come up and start trying to like rape the other cats. They wouldn't even be in heat. Most of the time, when the heat thing came, things happened. You didn't care because you didn't hear no resistance. But when you'd hear the resistance, and when these cats would come around and they took Viagra or had a little bit of too much catnip at their at their Toki pub before they hit my corner. And when they came my corner, they seen a smorgasbord of, livestock, and they're like, "Shit, I'm gonna go get it in. I'm gonna go get it in. I put on 44 miles today. I'm gonna go hit me 44 of them." Well, guess what? When they're not in heat and the male comes around and he still wants what he wants at me, guess what? I would hear him because there'd be major resistance. And guess what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I start off in some of the feral cats. I kill about 3 or 4 of them. Most of the time, though, I would wake up to hearing these cats screaming and crying, and it would be like, I would think it would be like a possum raccoon, and once in a blue moon, it'd be a raccoon. But they'd be up on the deck, and there'd be a ma cat there, and she's not in heat. She just had a litter of kittens. They're like 7 weeks old, and there's a male cat, and if it can't get the ma, it tries to grab one of the kittens, and it's grabbing it by the scruff of the neck and trying to mount on it. So I'm already knowing what's going on. I see through my one window. I'm not going to let it ride. The cat's going to die. The kittens are over there shivering, shitting, and pissing all over themselves. The one's locked in. He's trying to get in, but he can't. He doesn't understand that the cat's too small. The ma cat's gone because he fucking terrorized it, and they fought for a while. I mean, fur was flying fucking everywhere like fucking dandelion seeds when the wind blows in the fall. So I come out with the 22 month. And I'm not going to lie, the motherfucker was so concentrated on the task at hand he had with deadly purpose that I barrel right to the head, right to the back of the ear, point blank. And before he could cock his head, done. He was dead. His body was dead. He just didn't know it yet. And you want to know what? That shit happens sometimes because there's times where I've seen a cat come up. I've seen that they got the cat pregnant. Then they come back. The Tokis are just getting big enough to start walking around and playing and start learning and coinciding with, life and getting the experience. And the motherfucker come back and eat the heads off of all of them. And I come back and find a whole bunch of decapitated kittens because he fucking ate all their fucking heads. So I didn't want that to keep happening. And then like when I'd see that they would start mounting on the little cats, and they can't do nothing. They gotta sit there and take it. I wasn't letting it ride. I didn't give a fuck what anyone says. Call Greenpeace, go call animal control. Yes, I've killed feral cats before. Go call who the fuck you gotta call, you understand? I'm not running anywhere. I'm planting like a fucking tree. So if you think that's cruel, go ahead. Do what you gotta do. I don't need rationalization and justification. What I seen, my body made me feel it was not right. So I made it right. And I know I'm not a judge, but you wanna know what? So be it. I'll pay with God if that's how it's got to be. I'm not somebody who's going to hide. I have the very realization I'm a man of accountability. So I'm not going to run from nothing. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Say what you want to say. You understand? That's what you got. That's what you can do. That's your right. That's why God gave you a voice box and a larynx, let alone a motherfucking tongue. Mind you, some people don't realize they don't got their tongue. They can't even fucking articulate verbalization anymore. Some people don't even realize that. How about that? How about that? Yeah. You want to know what? See, Mod? That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, Mod. Hear this? My boy, Mod. Yeah. Whoa, do you? Lord, bro. Hey. Like I said, I think I gotta make that face, but I mean, we gotta connect on actual factual. What I mean, like that is not live. Flesh. Yes, flesh. Not to strip flesh from bone and break bone and drain marrow. Because you, for some odd reason, you're synced in. You're torn from the same cloth. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says or what anybody thinks. I know you are because there's just certain things that are going on and certain things that I talk about. And you can coincide with it at the same caliber, at a bare minimum. And I think that's without you even trying. So honestly, I believe you might be of a higher grade. And this ain't about a competition. I just know that. Exactly. Thank you. And believe me, I've had, my one boy got it, man. My boy Lil Mike got it. And 13 years and counting, he been gone. It hurts. It hurts the soul. And it's crazy because, like, one of my real brothers just died last year, massive heart attack. So, like, this is crazy because, like, it's weird how life works. Life is so unpredictable and spontaneous at the same time. I call it an unstable mutation because you just don't know what the fuck's going to happen from second to second. Not day to day. Fuck that. We're not even playing hour to hour, a minute to minute. Second by second. Oh, yeah. And we're not Sputniks up in a fucking space station, mind you. So we're not listening to some Russian motherfucker trying to tell us that Putin's going to stick it on Putin with a scythe and beat it in with a hammer. We're talking about what the fuck's really happening and what has happened and what is really happening and what the truth is. I'm sorry, I'm not like somebody who's trying to fucking like make somebody look bad, but the thing is people should need to know certain things. And I think a lot of people are ignorant to the fact that they lack the knowledge of common knowledge power. And I just want to be in there and try to let people know that you can get it in. Me? I got it in at the most negative point in my life and didn't even realize it. If I didn't go to jail all them times and kept getting locked the fuck up, I would have never read them motherfucking books. Because before I got locked up, I said, a motherfucker holding the book, reading the book was a bookworm, a motherfucking faggot. I used to take the book and smash it in their face. Oh yeah, getting on the bus, anybody that had books in their hand. Doink! And I don't give a fuck they're older than me. I was willing to let them get up and smack me because I'd be like, you're a fucking bookworm, you're a bitch. That's how I was. I was ignorant as fuck. I was blinded by the light. Oh yeah, and not the good light either. The light that's darkness, honestly. It makes you think it's light, but you're fucking shrouded in darkness. Yes, you're a dark knight. You're Cecil trying to become a paladin. You were running the Red Wings for the King of Baron, and he fucking turned you into a fucking tool, and you needed to fucking flip the script to get your revenge and take over shit because they took your brother Golbass and turned him evil. And anybody who played Final Fantasy II back on Super Nintendo, they remade it for Game Boy Advance, they know what I'm talking. This is a storyline for Final Fantasy. I was a big Final Fantasy guy because we never had money for it, but my brother got a Super Nintendo, and when he moved out of the house abruptly, my oldest brother, because he talked shit to my mom, my dad put him up against the wall and was like, you say anything to your mom again, I'll smack the taste out your fucking face. Well, the following day, he went to school and never came back. Yeah. So whatever, but it is what it is. He let me have the Super Nintendo. I still have it here. Yeah, I still have it. It's got the shakes and everything. You can hear shit break, but it works. Well, at my school, they had these things called ET tickets, and when you were good or you did something that nobody could conjure the courage to do it, I was positive, they give you ET tickets. Well, Final Fantasy was a game for Super Nintendo, And the first one came out for NES, normal Nintendo. The second one came out for Super Nintendo, mind you. So if you went to the store when it first came out, you were paying like $120 for it, almost what you'd pay for the system, because of how the high notoriety and the popularity of that game already, just off of the first one. The second one just came out on Super Nintendo. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, I never seen it in the stores because I never was in the store shopping. I wasn't even a window shopper. We didn't even have gas to go do shit. I'm serious. I'm just letting you know how the fuck it is. My dad was always sick. What money gas was going to Lyell to take him to dialysis or get stomach taps because his stomach would fill up with fluid. He had one kidney, so he had to go to dialysis 4 times a week, 5 hours each time, over 10 years. That's why he just, I'm not a quitter. That's another thing that he gave me motivation on. Like, everything happens for a reason, good or bad. You know, when he told me he was going to die, and I was like, why? And he told me because he was going to quit dialysis because he couldn't take it no more. I could see it in him. And I was 9 years old at the time, okay? And a lot of people tell me that's fucked up and what he did to me is cruel and he made you the way you are. Yes, you want to know what? In some ways he did. But without him, I would not be who I am. And you want to know what? I don't want to take it back for anything. Yeah, I do wish I had my dad longer. Fuck yeah. I was 9 years old when I woke up. I woke up to a drug intervention. And I wasn't even doing nothing. But it's what it was. I had a circle of family already around me. Literally. I wasn't in the bed. I fell asleep on the living room floor. I had a circle of my blood family members around me. So I woke up like it was a fucking drug intervention. Like when I was walking out, if I was walking out of the room, they were just waiting there for me to block me. And you have to go, you know, hey, you ain't getting tokens through this fucking tunnel. You gotta pay. So don't think you're gonna get tokens at the end of the tunnel. And it was fucked up because before they could even say anything, one of them went to stand up and say something. And I just already knew what the fuck happened. Because I could feel it. I could feel my dad's presence wasn't there anymore. And they said I slept through the whole thing. Ambulance, paramedics came. They were trying to do CPR on him on the way out of the stretcher coming out of the house. I guess they were able to get him back. When they almost had him to the hospital, then they flatlined again and they couldn't get him back. So he was pronounced dead once he got to the hospital. But that's how it goes sometimes. That's how the cookie crumbles. And the thing is, I call him a man amongst men because he prepared me for it. I don't give a fuck if he inadvertently did it or not. I think what he was doing was delaying the inevitable because the thing was, he was already on a donor list for 9 years. And what's fucked up is he might have still been alive and things would have been less crucial on his body and wearing him down because 2 months after he died, dialysis on a backpack came in, which means you could do dialysis at home. And you got to remember, he was doing this nonstop for a decade, up to Loyola. 4 times a week, 5 hours apiece, getting these long-ass motherfucking needles stuck in his fucking arm, getting his blood put through this machine to filter out all the fucking toxins and re-put it in him because he only had one kidney and it wasn't enough the kidney wasn't enough to do its job and make grade because he only had one and that motherfucker was on its way out. So he didn't have hepatitis, but he was an alcoholic, okay? His dad was an alcoholic. I know all about all that shit, okay? You want to know what I was told when I was in juvenile drug court? I did the math. All my grandparents, but the grandmother that I knew, because I never got to meet my grandpa on my dad's side or my grandma on my dad's side. They died 22 and 20 years before I was born. And then my grandpa died when I was 4 months old on my mom's side. And my grandma died when I was 11 or something. I don't know how old I was, but it happened like 2000, 2001 she died. And she was at a fucking nursing home, a death house, to learn how to walk again. Go figure, right? And somehow she just mysteriously flatlined. Yeah, and believe me, I looked into it. I was looking at my own people because I was like, did she have any insurance policies in this? No, there was nothing. There was not, like, if somebody did something, there was some kind of secret. Somebody did something there because you just don't go to a fucking nursing home to go learn how to walk again for 2 weeks because you're all healed up and you just flatline out of nowhere. And they didn't say it was a heart attack. They didn't say it was a stroke. They said natural cause. Man, my grandma was only 64. My mom's 72, going on 73. My grandma didn't smoke or drink. My ma is a recovering alcoholic, but she's been smoking her entire life since she was 18. She only quit smoking when she was pregnant. So, and my mom's about to be 73. So, to me, I don't give a fuck unless I get that inkling. I always gonna be like, there's something on the back of the burner, and it's always gonna be like that because it's like an itch you can't scratch. Don't give a fuck what you say. I don't give a fuck if you're paralyzed. You still feel me. And I don't give a fuck how the way it goes. You can't fight fate, so here it goes. Just keep walking in your lane. You won't have to worry about anything. Oh. I know that motherfucker down there, that devil trying to take my soul, but he'll never get known. No. All you gotta do is fight it out. It's so easy just to cop out. But you don't want to let it go. Because once he's got your soul, there ain't no coming back, though. You know. You don't want to be in a soul weaver. Constant rotation of misery and chaos and shit you can't get away. Eternal fire. You will burn and you will get that desire. It fuck you up. Guaranteed to retire. You don't want none of that. There is coming back. But once you're down there, it's... Once you stuck there, you're there. So like once you stuck up there, once you up there, you stuck there. Once you're down there, it's done. But this is the thing. You still have opportunity, and it's a major priority for you to change the fuck up and shape the fuck up and behave. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that affirmative action shit, but you want to know what? I don't like when people try to play checkers on my chessboard, so guess what? Your move. Your fucking move. I don't give a shit. Your move. Oh, that's right. You don't know how to play chess. Well, if you want to learn, I can teach you. It's very strategic. It could actually turn you into a better person, or it could shape you into a more of a whatever you're trying to be. Let's just put it this way. You want to be an arc human. You want to be that negative person that's infamous. Go ahead. Get in line. Because they can't get enough of them, okay? But you want to be actually known for something that matters? Be somebody. Yeah, be somebody. See my head drop up a little bit. I've heard some other stuff going on. Rest in peace. I don't know if any of y'all watch Ice Road Truckers. They ain't got a lot of girl truckers, they try to get that in there. One of the, who was it? One of the motherfucking, women. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually trying to look for it now. One of the women from Ice Road Truckers, though, she unlived herself inadvertently. I don't know how. I seen it. I seen the thing on it. I'm trying to find it. We got somebody who's connected to Michelle Obama, Marion Robson. She died at 86. Go figure. Year the mold was broken. But yeah, some lady, I'm trying to find it, but I'm not trying to get on my phone. I don't get on my phone a lot like that. I don't like to be on it. I know I should have had a Facebook already ran. I know I've been getting shit about it. But like I said, your move. You see, your move. So if you know how to play chess, let's play. Very strategic. I hope you win the war. I hope you like to command and conquer and seek and destroy, because it's all about that and keeping your king safe. Keeping him insulated like an onion. They can get to your king, it's over with. Your king gets slumped, it don't matter how many pieces you have on. If they can get to your king, you're done. I learned chess as a little boy. Like pool. My dad taught me chess. My dad taught me pool. I was fortunate enough to get, certain things I learned from him, things he instilled in me. Whether it sent me to where that was destiny. It's fate. And I'm not going against the grain. Not no more. I went against the grain too long. Oh yeah, I went against the grain too long. Barely fucking cold. It's fucking beautiful outside right now, and the shit's still melting like we in the fucking furnace of wrath. Like I said, gotta keep busy because if you don't, you end up in the fucking devil's workshop. And guess what? When idle hands, the devil's always working overtime because there's always somebody that inadvertently has idle hands and they're not doing what they normally do. And before you know it, they're out there. Almost like when I broke my hand, I didn't post for almost a motherfucking month. Well, my idle hands did not turn the devil's playground because I had a fucked up hand and I couldn't even rub one out to save my life. To get the, so like I was just pissed because I'm working to become management where I'm at. So like I was working always on my day off, working 6 days a week. Because management works 6 days a week, killing it. Like Krispy Kreme, I was baking the molds. Oh yeah, I was applying belt to ass, and I'm going to again because believe me, they're waiting for me. I'll be back in under 3 weeks, mind you. Sunday. What time is it right now? It's almost 7. It's 7 to 10:30. 7 till 10:30. Monday, I have physical therapy, and then Wednesday, 2 days later, I have physical therapy. When that happens, I was already told because I'm so ahead. Like I said, they had me doing a scar massage with ointment. That's why you always see me rotating. Yeah. Like I said, it's to the point right now I'm gonna have to fucking turn ambidextrous on and pull oshkoshes like an ostrich disavows you without you noticing, and it starts eating that shit. I'm gonna have to go with the left hand if somebody gets at me, or I'm just gonna have to give them that shit, turn them to gold and melt it, go liquefy it, turn it to Bitcoin. Who knows? But yeah. Dude, no, hey, can I explain something? This hand has been through I told you, I've been to hell and back. I don't need to show the vouchers. I don't need to show you the fucking paper vouchers. I can show you the vouchers. Rough stuff. Stuff that you don't expect. And I don't give a shit what anyone says. Like, solid gold. Like, I can tell you, like, I've been through a lot of fucking shit, man. I've broke the hand so many times fighting growing up and didn't go to the hospital because it wasn't detrimental enough. So like there's been times where it looked like I stuck into a fucking beehive. That bitch will stay like that for 2 months. And then it go back to normal, and before you know it, I'm at it again, and before you know it, I'm busting somebody else. Or I'm just beating them so bad. And it's like, hey, whether I'm not punching them out or I'm just hitting them so hard and I'm trying to turn their head into mushmelon. That was just one of the things. Like I was just, because you have somebody who does something to you or threatens you, because this is something that I can relate to, even though I don't bang. I have friends that have and do, and I don't hang around with them a lot because being guilty by association automatically makes you a target, easily become a statistic. And believe me, that nothing good comes of it. Only the government and the fueler parlors win. Only the government and fueler parlors. Only. I don't give a fuck you getting cremated. They're still winning. They're the only winners out in the streets. Funeral parlors and the government. I don't give a fuck what you say. I know. Because I've seen it. I've watched people go through it. The shit's still going to happen. It's going to keep happening until motherfuckers wake up. And realize that what they're doing is so fucking detrimental to our existence that's why we are labeled as feeble-minded people. We don't, like for some odd reason, we just so rush to crash the fuck out and let pride take us down. It's almost like Napoleon was like, oh, let's follow him. No, we're not following him. Because that's prime example of pride before the fall. He just could not let it go. Almost like Cornwallis. He had to make his subordinate go out and wave the flag when he should have been the one flagging the flag. If he was captain of the ship, he would have jumped off it and let people sink on that motherfucker. And that is a fucking, you will go to hell for that. That's almost like with the doctors who have to take the Hippocratic Oath. You fucking don't disobey. You don't fucking behave, and you disobey what you put your fucking life on. Oh yeah. You don't get your cluck for your buck, all right. Big Burn will take its fucking turn. The Ring of Fire. A lot of people think I'm always hemmed up and stuff. I'm not going to lie. I have ADHD, ADD. That's what they diagnosed me as a kid. I don't give a shit what anyone says, but just to give somebody maybe a little peace of mind. I'm like a pressure cooker. I build up, and I know what happens if I don't let it out. And that's why, by default, a lot of people have psychiatrists. Well, I'm not on here spilling my guts and cut and disembowel myself, but I'm letting you guys know certain things that could help you. People need to certain. Not even that. Not even with meds. They self-medicate without meds. They self-medicate with other ways, with other stuff. You got to remember, man. You know when they say people dabbling with the chemistry set, they're talking the chemistry set because there's a whole fucking buffet of things. You know. So you got to remember when people say they self-medicate, not right off the bat you should be thinking they're getting prescribed. They're not. When they self-medicate, it's obviously not legal, and it doesn't matter because it's not illegal to ingest drugs. But if you get caught with them, it is. They claim. But if you get caught, riding a motor, see that's what's so weird about certain things around here. We'll let anybody here. Let me break something down that I think is completely fucked about this country, other than capitalism. Because capitalism is getting fucked, where somebody can exploit you and just drain you and squeeze blood from a turnip, and there is no blood from a turnip. I mean, my fucking landlord tried to pull the fucking shit on me. The new landlord, and guess what? He sent a legion of men over, grown motherfucking men, to try to squeeze blood from a turnip physically, and guess what? I flat out told him, unless you're the fucking second Messiah and you can walk on water in your second coming, I suggest you fucking rotate and kick the fuck rocks. Otherwise, there's going to be fucking trouble. And they came fucking like 18 deep. There's damn near 24 of them. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. And guess what? Like I said, at the end, I had to fucking straight up tell him, why are you trying to play checkers on my chessboard? Why ain't the man himself here? Oh, he ain't got time for you. Oh, he ain't got time? He's going to make time. Oh, yeah. If it airlifts the fucking governor, he will make time. Because I haven't had to go out of my way to get any of the shit I got. The motherfucker's negligent, okay? Full of insolence, arrogance. He's actually too big for his britches, and somebody's going to have to do something about it. And that's karma and the IRS and whatever the fuck else he's fucking got himself stuck into in that fucking quagmire he calls a tar pit. But I sure as hell ain't throwing him a fucking raft. If I ever walk across him, I see him, I'm going to fucking drown. I'm going to throw him a motherfucking cinder block. Oh, yeah. And I'm sorry, I'm not somebody who loves misery because I'm not going to stand there and watch him. I already know what's going to happen. It's like the Titanic. That fucker sunk before it sailed. And anybody who doesn't believe that is fucked. Get your mind right. Get in where you fit in. I'm not telling you y'all wrong. Everybody got the right to their own opinions, but do your recon. You got a target. Go get your fucking 20. Get your lockdown on him. And put that motherfucker to grass. And tell him, you're stopping me from murdering this shite. I need to go hit the fucking toilet, the WC. Because that's what I call taking a shit. That's how they call it in Dungla. I can go murder me a shite. That means they're taking a shit. So if I tell you to open your mouth, I'm going to murder me a shite, I'm about to take a shit in your mouth. So you better hope your mouth shut prior. Because guess what? I can rain shit storms too. Somebody said they will make it rain on me. I said, go ahead. I had my bucket hat on. And I got 800 bucket hats. I flipped it up. I said, fuck what you talking about. So when they tried to apply belt the ass, it filled up. And guess what happened? When their rain subsided and their storm subsided, I ran up to them and I said, guess what? And they're like, what? Here, I'm giving you back what you bird fed to me. I'm bird feeding right to you. Spoon fed. Almost like Oz. When Schillinger fucking takes the spoon after he spits in the dude's food. He's like, you spitting it? And he's like, yeah, and you're going to eat it. And he fucking kept bird feeding him physically. Yeah. When I unfold the fucker, because I'm not letting it get on me, because I'm not going to give a shit heel, let alone a shit horn. Now I let that shit down on you. Now you a shit horn. And now you might develop shit rot and shit heel. And then you're going to eventually die of dysentery. And that don't happen anymore unless you're in third world countries or you're trying to be on the Oregon Trail. So it's almost equivalent to like not being physically or mentally or equipmentally prepared for Mount Everest. If anybody knows anything about Mount Everest, there's over 300 plus people who have died trying to make it up there and back. And one of the guys who sticks out because he's actually one of the map checkpoints, his name is called Green Boots. He was an Indian guy. And his mother begged him not to go. He had a family, but he loved hiking. He conquered. He came, he did it. He conquered the Himalayan mountains. So like imagine, you conquer all this stuff and you're knocking these shit off your checklist. You're a mountain climber. You're trying to do what you do. And they got something bigger than fucking Mount Everest now. It's called Mountain X. And I don't even want to think about that, but just let's get back to what I was saying, because I don't want to get off the task at hand. Because you know how I am. I'm always with that deadly purpose. I'm ready to have my mod take that fucking whip. Not that belt from it. He don't have to wear a belt. He doesn't wear belts. But he's got a whip that I gave him. That's why you see that wrench next to his shit. Because if anybody starts not behaving, because I tell you, act accordingly on here. Act accordingly. You get what you give on here. So if you start fucking jumping out your body and you went and smoked some fucking gunpowder or did some fucking weird shit, I'm going to make you go flip a mattress and run a wall. Or go conjure the fucking courage to go light a candle at night. Because I know you're curled up like a fucking child. Because if you're on here doing negative shit, you obviously are just fucking wasting time that is so valuable. Your time is like pure gold just disintegrating in front of you. We don't get time back. We don't get it back. So, unless you have a time machine or you're God and you can press rewind, I don't know what the fuck you think you're doing, because you're really just counterproductive, but you're not to me. You're making me trend. So if you want to jump out of your body, go ahead, because I'm ready for it. I know it comes with the territory. Yeah. By default. Yes. Just like being guilty by association. We don't want to go there. But like I said, with Green Boots, he was a young Indian guy. He conquered all the Himalayan the Himalayan mountains, He told his mom and his people, he's like, I'm going to fucking go Everest. I'm going with a group of people. And he did. He went with a group of people. But the thing is, he got cut off from them. Because an unexpected storm came. His mom, though, prior to him even trying to go. Because the first thing you do when you get up there is you try to reach the summit. That is your first goal. Once you reach the summit, all it's about is just making grade, because you're already halfway there. It's like growing weed, like I said. Growing it and carrying it is half the battle. You could have the best seeds in the world, but if you don't know how to cure it, it will be fucking garbage, trash. So you have, and like a lot of these people, you got to remember, people started fucking climbing this thing back in the fucking 1890 something. There's people up there it's so dangerous up there that the people that have died, most of them do not get removed. They're up there to stay. They're permanent fixtures. They have become statues. Like there's a woman up there called Sleeping Beauty, okay? And she's fucking frozen, and she's been there for fucking God knows how long. I don't even want to think about it. She's frozen in stasis. Somebody did an ice barrage on her ass. And the thing is, there's been instances where people have been climbing and they've come across somebody who's stuck and they're entangled and they don't have no resources and they're slowly getting hypothermia and freezing to death, and they're going to get that, what they call it, that carcinoma or the fluid in the lungs. And yeah, it's bad. It sucks. It's not, you drown in your own fluids. You drown in your own fucking fluids because you can't maintain temperature. Your body is shutting down. It's time to fucking go into that fucking deep coma. And it's but you're not coming out of it. It's almost like getting hit with a triple dose of Thorazine. You're going to go brain dead. Okay? You're just going to go. You're just going to fucking go. And these people were walking past her one time. And I'm not talking about Sleeping Beauty, but this other woman, and she was screaming, please help me. And they knew right at that second that if they would have stopped and used their natural instincts like I did when my buddy dropped, or the up team people, there's 6 people I've done CPR on my entire life. 3 of them I brought back to life. 1 of them died after I brought him back to life. The other ones, they were already too long gone. But I know how to resuscitate somebody. I've brought people back to life. These people knew that there was no CPR here, okay? She was slowly freezing to death. She was screaming for her life. She needed somebody to take her in. There was nobody to take her. They were nowhere near the next checkpoint. They knew that if they stopped to help her, that they would end up beating her. And that fucked them up so bad. When they got to the summit and came back down, for 10 years or a little over, they saved all their money to give her a proper burial up there. because they couldn't even get her removed. So they made sure she was properly buried up there. They took all their money saved, and we're talking 3 people, not the Bermuda Triangle, 3 people that were going up together. Do you know what that has to do on them every day? They have to live with that for the rest of their lives. It's probably eating them inside little by little and wearing them down like a fucking gerbil mentally. I know that would destroy me. It would fuck with me. I would have to fight that shit like motherfucking, like vines, like vines trying to fuck it, like almost a boa constrictor slowly just trying to choke me out. Yeah. Or almost like, hey. Yeah, they did care because they fucking saved up all their money for over 7 years to give her a proper burial. Yes, those guys are traumatized. But they knew if they stopped to try to save her, they would have been dead. Because it's how detrimental, and it was suicide. And they couldn't, but because of their conscience, they couldn't let it go. Like, you know, like certain people, if you don't have a conscience and you're cold-blooded, you can sleep after doing things that are unspeakable. But, like I said, let's say you got a conscience. It don't matter. It don't discriminate. There's a score they keep it on each side. So, like, you go and do the wrong thing, somebody's going to placate you whether you see it or not. And it's so easy to do the wrong thing. These guys knew, though. They were walking in a certain death that they tried to help him because they didn't have nothing they could do. They were nowhere near a next spot. But yeah, they did. They saved all, and this is all documented, and it's common knowledge and it's straight facts. Like it became a big thing because it showed how much compassion and empathy and remorse they had for not sacrificing their lives because they knew it was instant death. It was like jumping into a fucking volcano after somebody. It wouldn't be smart. It'd be like being at a steel mill. Oh, let's jump in there. Well, we know what's gonna fucking happen. You're gonna turn to fucking nothing. You're gonna melt, like a bird flying to the sun. Bye. You know, here, let me bring somebody else up. Somebody that wasn't right, who thought he got a little too big for his britches, and guess what? Somebody did something about it. Like we always do something about it. They call him El Taliban. A Venezuelan cartel member, right? Working with the Gulf cartel. He stole 400 keys from these guys. He was doing shipments for them for years, all right? His name was El Taliban. That's how dangerous this guy was, right? He stole 400 million from these guys. The last shipment he got from him, he stole from him. He made up a fake story about the coastline pulling him over. The thing is, this motherfucker should have already knew what was going on because everybody's greased. They got everybody under their thumb. I guarantee they laughed and they, like I said, he was gone. He just didn't know it yet. You want to know what they did? They took him out on the route that he brought his ship through. Took him out in the middle, tied him up, zip tied his ass. Recorded the whole shit, tied a fucking rope around him with a fucking anchor that they used the anchor of fucking, like the USS Kennedy, and threw his ass overboard. Oh yeah, and then broadcast it for everybody. So, El Taliban, man, El Talibai-bye. Yeah, bye. Yeah, you didn't think about that one before you did it. You thought you had these motherfuckers time. You don't do that shit. You don't fuck with a machine like that. That's like fucking with the industry when they have no resources. You don't do that. Don't do that. That's like trying to run up on a Kingsguard in real life, that we still have. Go to England, Britain, whatever, wherever the fuck they're at. Run up on one of those motherfuckers and watch what happens. They will verbally warn you once. Their horses can actually hurt you and maim you and kill you with impunity because you can't control them. So if they start chewing on you or bite you or fucking start stomping on you, they're going to let it ride. They're not going to cease it. They're not going to go cease and pull the fucking reins. But if you fucking walk up on a Kingsguard that's on the ground, you will be verbally warned with guttural. Do not touch me again. Do not fucking even look at me the wrong way. Don't even breathe the wrong way. And if you do again, they will cut you down with deadly purpose. They will slump you. They will toe tag you. And that is their job. And nothing will happen. They have pure autonomy when it comes to that shit. So don't go fucking with those guys who you think are looking like little fucking army men. Because if we were back in the Dark Age, I would be a Kingsguard. I wish we were back in the Roman ages. You want to know why? I fucking love Spartacus's fucking struggle. Slave revolt. That fucking came this close to fucking taking over Rome. And Rome was taking over anyways. This fucking close. So he helped whoever took over anyways, which was the Europeans. Like, we're the Romans now. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. We're not But we are the Romans now. So anyone who wants to be in denial about that, get the fuck out now. And I'm not calling you out, Mod. I'm just saying that's how I feel because, you know, I've had people look at it and go, "Oh yeah, the Romans conquered this shit. Where are the Romans now?" And I had to tell them, "You're looking right at them, motherfucker." Because look, we adopted their shit. We adopted it. That republic shit. Only we have an opposition. We made ourselves almost be like we could always be in the Civil War, almost like North Korea and South Korea. That shit's fucked. Or like Colombia. There's been certain places that's never stopped ever having civil wars. And some people don't even know this. You don't ever want to be in a country that is nonstop at civil war because you are nothing but a liability by default, even when you don't know nothing, absent knowledge. Because martial law is in effect. And if anyone knows what martial law is, if they apply martial law in a place that you live in or a place that you go to, martial law means that the law that controls the place that you're occupied in, they can do whatever they want when they want without anybody's consent because they have full autonomy as long as they breathe. So unless you're ready to slump them or you have the ability or the luxury to slump these motherfuckers and just keep going, like a Rambo, you're fucked. They can kick in your door at any time. They can rape your wife, maim your children, do anything. And it happened. It happens. It's still happening. They take the little ones and recruit them and turn them into killer soldiers. Oh, yeah. People think this shit don't happen. No, it does. And it keep happening, and it's still happening, and it is happening. Your move. Let me guess. You don't know what the fuck to do. Well, let me teach you. Never hesitate with your fucking heart and your gut. Well, I never seen you, but that don't mean nothing because hey, you might get homie twisted from the other night. He might pop up like a fucking mushroom and might ask me to fucking sing some weird shit. And the thing is, I love singing. I don't need him to fucking be like on that shit because, you know, I love to get into the mood. They copyrighted one of my lives. I don't know the fuck why. It's not like I had a song singing and I walked out of the room. Like a song roaring. But I'm not going to worry about it. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Whatever. Hey, like I said, why am I going to get mad about it when I'm on here trying to do my major goal? Let everybody know. There's other things you can do. Just because you get stuck between a rock and a hard place doesn't mean you don't have no choice. You always have a choice. Sometimes people mentally make you feel like you moved that, and then you just crash out, or you do what they want. You placate them. You know, it's almost like, you know, somebody who's always getting their way, and then they come across somebody that's resistant. They're gonna keep etching till you fucking bend the knee, submit, or they're able to kill you, or whatever. And like I said, I come across plenty of them all my time, and guess what? I've been against worse for less. So when fuckhead brought fucking, sent, should I say sent, because he didn't bring anybody. When he sent, he didn't, because he didn't come with them. I laughed at him, and at the end, you know, the biggest guy they had, you know, that they warned me about, he goes, "You're fucking crazy." No, you're stupid and I'm smart. So if you're going to do something, fucking do it, because you've already been here long enough to fucking annihilate everyone times 10, or at least try. It's your fucking move, so I suggest you move. And it got to the point where they're like, "We're calling the cops." And I said, "Good, go ahead. Go ahead, because guess what's going to happen? They're going to spank you like little fucking bitches, and you're going to have to take it." And that's exactly what happened. So, and like I said, they're crash dummies because they got sent over here off of false pretense. They were told this, so it helped build their courage. And then prior to them coming over, they went to the bar down the street. So, go figure, you know. They had to conjure more courage with, you know, whatever. Whatever. You want to go to a bar, whatever. But come over here, you're going to crash the fuck out. Because I wanted them to bum rush. I wanted them to. Because it was like, that's what you want. Whatever. Free will. I can't make you do shit. You want to fucking run and rush me like a fucking bull? Play stupid games, win stupid motherfucking prizes. The only thing is, you won't be able to fucking take advantage of the fucking prize that you receive. Because it's going to fucking be what changes you like a fucking channel. Yeah. You'll get changed like a fucking channel. You don't want that. Don't do that to yourself prematurely. Don't do it. Because if you fall, you ain't getting up. So don't fucking fall. Because you ain't getting up. It's just not going to happen. You open a door that you can't close, I'm a finisher by default. So you go ahead. You want to fucking give me something to give me, make my door part of the fucking floor. Take it off the fucking hinges. Be a fucking man. Don't be a fucking coward. You know, you sent all these motherfuckers over here full of these fucking bullshit, garbage ass shit. And what's so funny is when I broke them down, they hated it. And when I spit facts on them, they hated it even more. It got to the point where they told me they were going to stick me in the fucking trunk if they ever caught me. And I said, guess what? That's a risk I'm willing to take. Because you're a broke dick Popeye. Olive Oil didn't give you your fucking spinach today, did she? Because you're over here, you come over here, and you're telling me what I'm going to do, and I flat out tell you, no. No. I mean, I flat out told these motherfuckers, like, whatever you keep on claiming, they're idle threats. So you might as well just follow through right now, because don't want to sit here and keep marinating this shit, because I forgive, but I'm not going to forget. And the thing is, karma's not going to forget. So I ain't going to do nothing but my norm. I'll let karma deal with it. Like everything else that she's dealt with. She's dealt with my ass multiple times. God, I'll tell you this. I do never want to see her unless it's in a bed. Because she's the baddest bitch alive. But you'll never meet her until you fucking depart to the next world. For real. She just makes sure you're even with the house. When nobody in the house can make sure you can and you get away with shit. That's all it is to it. That's why to this very second I don't have my license, but I will soon. Because I'm working so hard. And I haven't been doing dumb shit and going against the grain. Like I said, you get what you give. And I am fucking living proof. I am living proof. If you don't fucking like it, rotate. Otherwise, be inspired and stand up and fucking be somebody. Because I want y'all to conjure the courage and get the fuck out of the rut you're in if you're in a rut. Because I know there's people who's been through what I've been through. There's people who've been through worse. And there's people that need to hear this. If you don't fucking like it, rotate. I'm not being mean. I'm not being yourself. I need people who need to hear this shit. I need y'all to be like solar beams taking in me like I'm a sun, like UV rays. And I'm not better than you. I'm just like you. I'm just like you. I'm no better than you. I will never think I'm better than you. That's why I'm here. My channel is universal and it's about relating. So if you can't relate and debate, rotate. Bye, bye, bye. Because you don't want to open the door to bullshit. And I'm not a hard ass. I'm not a badass. But I stand on it. I stand all the time. And guess what? I should have already been worm meal. So you want to know what? I'm blessed. So I'm taking advantage of that blessing. I'm taking fucking advantage of it. And I've been taking advantage. And I'm going to keep, because God told me when I went to jail, when I was going through prison, and when I almost got fucking, when they offered me fucking almost 40 fucking years, I told them to get fucked, and I ended up having to take 2. And I knew I was coming the same way. I'd come in. It was a victory for me. Because 4 years before that, they tried to get me for terrorist acts with the Molotov cocktail shit. You know, and I beat that case. You know, by luck, technicality. I beat it by a technicality. IDOC wouldn't release the witness because he was on a parole hold because he got caught with an ounce of heroin on parole. They wouldn't release him to come 10 minutes down to the fucking courthouse. No. So I beat that case by technicality, but that's beside the point. That's irrelevant right now. What's relevant is I am still here to let you know I'm living proof. And all I'm going to give you on your solid gold factor is I'm a man of accountability. I don't run from my problems. Bad was good and good was bad when I was young. So I was the type of person that when I was young, my goal was always be locked up. Because to me, that was a trip to 6 fucking Flags. Oh yeah. Or Disney World. And I've never been to Florida. And I don't want to go there. No. I don't want to go to that fucking quagmire. Why? Why? So somebody can have their way one day when they get butthurt over something that means nothing because they're a mental fucking weakling and they fucking throw me out in Everglades and I get ate by an anaconda like swallow whole like egg roll? Fuck you. They eating people out there every day. Those motherfuckers don't stop growing. That's like our Amazon rain jungle, the Everglades. So like, I'm not going out there. Fuck all that bullshit. I don't need to go out there. Just like I'll never go to California. No. City of Angels? Nope. I see why they call it that. Because you got that weird little fucking Indioso that, that fucking, you just, I don't give a fuck what you say. It pulls you to the ground like gravity. You don't want that shit. If it ain't the gangs, it's the motherfucking industry. Stay away. Stay the fuck away. Because we ain't nothing to them but motherfucking commandants. And what they think is irrelevant. Because they're the one, they don't control us. Nobody controls us. They throw a narrative out there. We have free will. And I'm not trying to start nothing. I'm just letting y'all know what it is. How it is, what it is. We were born with free will. Why do you think fucking old boy got butt hurt and started a rebellion with a third of the fucking angels that turned archangels? And they come down here and started all that chaos. And then he got banished to the fucking place he's in right now that he can't get out of. That's where people go. That's the easy place to go. And they want to get it all fucked up and say, oh, if you go up there, that's hell. They want to play Pancake Day. I don't play Pancake Day. You want to play Opposite Day? Then you go through the fucking red thinking it's green and watch what happens when a semi comes through. Yeah, you watch. Because it don't matter. Your ass is done. Yeah, they're going to crush your fucking car with you in it like it's a fucking can getting ran over on the block. You give a fuck what you say. It happens. You think it don't happen, it happens. You know? There's things that happen that people don't give a fuck about until it happens to somebody close to them, and that's what I think is a little fucked. We lack real empathy, I think. I think that people need to start caring about things even that don't really affect them physically, emotionally, or personally. Because, I'll tell you this right now. Whether it's my emotions or my thoughts that make me the way I am, I don't like certain things that I know that are common knowledge and solid 100% facts. Like a solid gold bar coming right out of the Federal Reserve. There's no doubt about it. You're getting your fucking cluck for your buck. You know it's real. I don't give a fuck about all the conspiracy theories or people that are in denial. They can go fucking swim in the river in Egypt, okay? They can go be a fucking mummy for all I give a fuck. But we're not going to play that game. You got blinders onto the world, we're going to call you eyes wide shut. Me? I see through it. I see through people like glass. I can read them. And sometimes I have voices telling me that sometimes the people around me, I don't need them. And that's sad. But I follow what I hear. Because it's done nothing but done me good. That's why I'm still here. And I'm understood. And I'm healthy. And I have a job. And I have a real peace of mind. And I'm stable. And I'm able to take care of my responsibilities and my obligations. Absent negative thoughts. Give a fuck what anybody says. That's the truth. So if you want to fucking, you want it, go get it. Because nobody's going to give it to you. Unless you're fucking born with some fucking silver spoon in your mouth. Or let me guess, not gold, platinum. Oh yeah, encrusted with diamonds. You felt every carat on every slip of those Gerberts. Huh. You fucking baby. You probably like, they got a saying, even little babies can play God. All they got to do is scream a tantrum and scream ma. Throw a tantrum and scream ma. Guess what? That's how it goes. Even little babies can play God. All they got to do is throw a tantrum and scream ma. And they get what they want. Tell me if I'm fucking lying. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Don't make me fucking pull out my fucking... I'll fucking get my star out and power up on your asses. Bust through the fucking screen and start pulling people through the seams. Because I'm somebody who gets in where they fit in. So, I've been doing it my whole life. I don't run from problems. I chase them. I face them. I don't give a shit. But you want to know what? That butt is a real good butt, though. So, I don't give a fuck. You can apply what I said, but this is real important. Man's gotta... Hey. It's hot right now. I got no AC in here. I'm trying to pull cold air through the fan. I'm explaining myself because I don't want someone to be understood. Well, why did he got it? Because I hate to have to... So, I tried to eat dinner before I got on. I was just starting to make dinner, and somebody had to take over for me. It's damn near almost done. I haven't ate all fucking day but a motherfucking a stromboli. And you know what? That ain't enough. I woke up with a gap in my stomach and didn't even feel it. And then, you know, like a little bit of orange juice and some Powerade, and you know, I ate a couple kiwis and a pear, but that I need to get my roughage. I know I came on. I know I usually stay on a bit. I've been on for almost $1.30. I can come back on after I strap the bag on and eat. If you don't care, Mod. I am asking you permission, even though this is me running the channel. That's how much I care about you and respect you. Because I don't want you to be like, oh, well, go grab your shit and go eat, because you're going to be waiting for it, and I don't want to be on live doing that shit because it's very unprofessional. I'm trying to not, like, I'm trying to get the way it's supposed to be, because, you know, I have people that give me shit about everything on here, and then I have people in real life that are mad at me because I won't let them know my channel, and I tell them, if you want to see my channel, go find it. Then you have the right to see it. Like, I literally, certain people have been finding out about me having a channel, and they're like, send me your link. No. I know you in real life. You want to see my shit? Go find it on your own. Because to me, that would be cheating. Like, if I would have started my channel and then fucking put a link on my page and go, hey, everybody come follow my shit. That's not how you do it. I want them to find it by default on their own, inadvertently, and go, wow, I know this guy. And then try to come and crawl over to me. Because then I'm going to be like, I'm just gonna think about that person in the situation. And then if it's somebody that just, well, I know of him, but I know you and I want to be part. Bye. But I was not gonna let everybody just have. That's the wrong people. It's so easy to give everybody a link. Doing it the way I do, I believe that's the right way. I worked for the followers I have. And at any time, my followers can unfollow and run because they're not married to me, and the ring has that mysterious power. When you don't have that ring on, when the shit hits the fan, you can hit the ground running and not look back, and you don't have to worry about nothing. But you're not married to me. And that's what I'm trying to get at. You guys can leave at any time, and I'm not telling you to leave. You guys got to know that is an option. You always have a choice with me. Nobody's holding you. Yeah, you're not being held for ransom. But sometimes I get people on here try to act like that. Yeah, literally. It's crazy. I want to almost put them in an Iron Maiden sometimes. And it's crazy because they don't even know what the fuck that is. And if they knew what it was, they would shape the fuck up. Oh, yeah, because Iron Maiden is terrifying. And what's even worse, getting put in a raging bull. Ooh! Imagine if they use those as forms of death penalty in certain states around here. I think people would shape the fuck up. But this is the thing. Like with guns. People don't kill people. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Guns just a fucking catalyst. Because I know people who got beat to death in less than 60 seconds. Because they got fucking celled up with somebody they shouldn't have got celled up with. And they bucked out. And yeah, the other dude was fucked up too, but he killed them. They fight like lions in the jungle. That's why, the tombs and the streets, concrete jungle. You don't want to be in that bitch unless you're ready to rumble. And even then, your cookie can crumble. I'm just telling the truth. I'm trying to be humble. What, you want me to lie? Not give you a reply? Give you a couple bucks and tell you you're so high, you're the man, so go out and kill somebody, all right? You'll be Superman at the end of the night. But for real, you'll be bye-bye, like bye-bye. And you'll either be killed by the blick, or the police will come and grab you with that Wharton shit, and then you become a national treasure like a bitch. And if you become a victim in there, you might be... I don't even want to say it. Because that's just half of it. Fuck that shit. Reverse yourself. Stop diluting your fucking self. Just stop diluting yourself. A person with restraint and real impulse control knows their true limitations. I believe I'm one of them people because I haven't been in any legal trouble in a decade plus. Actually, about 13 years. 09. So do the math. Do the math. 09. And the last time I got in trouble, I got charged for aggravated battery with a firearm, attempted murder, and then 2 counts of criminal damage to property, and then 3 days later, attempted murder again, solicitation to commit murder. Yeah. Like I said, I explained before, and like I said, I want somebody to fucking try to say I'm capping. I'm not on here to prove shit, but the thing is, my words are gold. I'm a man of credibility. So I shouldn't have to go out of my way to pull that type of shit out. But the thing is, let somebody keep running that motherfucking sewer they call a mouth. That hole in their face. I'll have to fucking bird feed it back to them and see how the fuck they like that hot ass garbage. Because they're gonna feel this fucking big, or they're gonna fucking try to play it off like a joke or some shit. And it ain't. Unless you went through. I mean, I seen my life flash before my eyes before it even transpired. I mentally, physically prepared myself for doing fucking for never coming home. You know, and like whether you did something or not, it's not. That's not the point. It's the whole situation you're in and how you take it. Some people can't take it. Some people crash out. Some people fucking just self-destruct. I mean, just anything. Some people do things you just never thought. But the thing is, it's like with me, you can't. When somebody calls the police on you, like your neighbor, and says, "Hey, my neighbor shot me," and they lock down half the fucking area and bring out 300 police officers. I'm not counting SWAT, fucking ghetto birds and black ops, fucking helicopters. And they have checkpoints, and they got this whole section. Obviously, there's something going on. You can't make this shit up. You want to make it up? Go in that fucking room you call a fucking laboratory and go fucking make up a Frankenstein story, because this ain't it. I've been through this fucking shit, and believe me, it's not cool. I watched my fucking bail go from fucking 100K to fucking judge trying to fight the fucking state attorney 1.2 million, 120 grand to get out. And I just start laughing because it's like, if I would have bailed out on the 100K, you would have to give me a warning and pop me in. If I'm not bailing out, fuck the bail. Bail's a formality. So they cracked me with no bond on a holiday. They had to pull me up on a holiday court. And literally, I laughed like in Law Abiding Citizen, Gerard Butler. Because it's like, you about to let me go. And I supposedly just killed 2 people. It's the same thing. You fucking run fucking court like a fucking assembly line. Like, you get motherfuckers in there that fucking are dirtier than sin, got the fucking devil's luck themselves, and they fucking get I-bonds, and you get a motherfucker like me, oh, he beat a case, he can put in front of the judge, state's attorney, same shit. Different, but more. Election year, oh, they on you like a vampire. They're not letting go until they see blood. Until then, they'll drain you. They'll fucking drain you. They'll fucking try to, you know, I mean, it was to the point where I almost did crash out, almost before they threw the shit out, when they were trying to offer me the time, and I said, no, I'm going to trial. Before they threw the shit out, my lawyer come to see me, and I thought I was going to get probation on the force. I was like, man, let somebody say something stupid to me up in this bitch. I don't give a fuck who they are. I'll cut their fucking throat wide open. I'll do it. I do it. And that's how I was. I was crazy like that. No hesitation. And then, you know, like, I get the unexpected visit, and he's like, I got great news. And even with the broke dick pop out of a PD I had, a public pretender I had on that case, he couldn't even get me fucking probation. I had no background. I had 2 class 4 criminal damage to property. Non-violent, non-drug offenses, mind you. And he couldn't even get me probation because I beat the case in 05. And the state's attorney really fucking strained at me. He goes, you're going to prison. How long is up to you? So, you know, I had to do the math. So they were trying to max me out on 4s. I wasn't having it. I just wanted to come home the same year I went in. I didn't want to keep going through that door. And I was like, I'm done. Because, you know, my baby was here. She was in diapers. You know, it's gone. I was in Montana being a cowboy and shit. So I was like, whatever. But I wanted to come home. And I came home. And I've been home. I'm going to stay home until God wants me home. That's all there is with it. So, take advantage. Almost like fucking Smokey. Chris Tucker said fucking Ice Cube. You know, when they're smoking, take advantage, brother. Take advantage. Take advantage of life. The little things in life. Breathing the air, smelling the flowers, seeing the fucking hummingbirds, the bees pollinating your marijuana plants. If it's legal where you at, if it ain't legal, keep with it like a beagle. Make sure you're growing inside, got charcoal filters so your neighbors can't snitch on you anytime. Yeah. You know you listen to a veteran, all right. Only where I'm at, I can do it all night. I don't need permission. They could go and call right. I'm going to go back and give them a real reply. Because the cops going to laugh. There ain't nothing they can do with that. They're going to waste their time. They ain't even gonna waste the paper that's fucking printed on. Because then we'd have to pay fucking homage to the Amazon forest that they cut down that we don't know about. Like all the Xeroxing they do. All that fucking paper, all that unnecessary fucking spam, not emails, fucking shit we get in the mail that we don't need. I fucking pray that there's fucking I pray to the wood, the trees that gave their lives to that fucking shit because, you know, they're just trying to recycle like they should have been fucking 100 years ago. Oh, make your carbon footprint. How about you make a carbon asshole, motherfucker, with a diamond in it to give back to the earth? Oh, that's right. You can't wait for coal to turn into diamond. You just gotta go fucking find it. And the coal, you just burn the fuck up. That's why all the coal's gone. We're nuclear now, huh? Fuck out of here with your bullshit. You guys are so quick to destroy shit. And you wonder why motherfuckers call it people crazy, they geniuses? Well, that's why they said I was so crazy. And I don't give a shit. Anybody says. You don't like what I say, rotate. But this is the whole thing. Motherfuckers try to pull all this bullshit. If you know what's right, you gotta stand up for what's right. If you don't stand up for what's right, you might as well give everything the fuck up. You might as well throw yourself out the fucking window like it's fucking, like one of them stockbrokers during the fucking crash of 21. Oh yeah, the Roaring Twenties. That's why they call them the Roaring Twenties, all right? Because motherfuckers was roaring, all right, screaming like fucking children that were fucking being burnt alive, jumping out those fucking skyscraper. People were throwing babies out skyscraper windows. I mean, it was crazy. You had people doing drastic things because everything was gone. Like, they didn't realize. And that's why I say money's the root of all evil, because they didn't give themselves a chance to sit back and actually sit and process it. They were just like, money does this, money does that. I took all my money and I just lost it. Now I'm going to lose myself. They were very selfish. Because, you know, you had people that were doing drastic things. Just like, you know, like when I was talking about the wars. You know, the what do they call it? The German money, the Deutschmark or whatever. You know, that became pretty much useless. You would have to bring in like 5 billion Deutschmarks to get fucking 2 potatoes. And they showed somebody doing it. They had a fucking wooden carriage that was stacked like fucking 18 feet high with like 500 million Deutschmarks. And all they were able to get a couple spuds. And that was during the... So everyone suffered on that. Just not the kids and the mothers. Yeah, seriously. I've seen the footage. Literally, they're taking fucking wagons. Like a mother... Like people were taking... a sack full of diamonds and giving it for a sack full of potatoes or cabbages. So they didn't starve to death. And then they would get fucking rooted anyways. Because the people already did fucking business with them, and the people did business with them were cutthroats and renegades. Mind you. See, that's what a lot of people don't want to talk about. See, I try to put myself in that shit, and the thing is, unfortunately, but fortunately, I can say that I know what it's like to sleep in a place that has no heat, but had electricity, so we had electric blankets. If it wasn't for electric blankets, I would have turned into a human popsicle as a kid. After my dad died, for a couple months, we didn't even have no money. No, I'm serious. I'm just telling you. Back in the, the 90s and shit was rough. And back then, they didn't discriminate. Like, they didn't give a fuck if it was winter. They shut your shit off. Now these days, they can't do that. Back then, they did. And I got proof of it. I got proof. I can show you the statements. And we were sitting there with electric blankets. And if it wasn't for electric blankets, we had been fucked. Oh yeah, I might as well have been Sleeping Beauty up in fucking Mount Everest. Only I would have been removed and put in another thawing process at the morgue until they did an autopsy. Where the fuck them people do. Fucking take their sternum cracker and rip my fucking rib cage open and do a fucking lobotomy on my brain and rip everything out and weigh it and do this and do that and see if this, I don't know. Like I said, you guys would be surprised. Like I said, I have a friend that's a mortician. You'd be surprised what happens. You know what ghee is? Mod, you know what ghee is? They use it in Indian restaurants. Ghee. G-E-E. Ghee. If you don't, just say no. Don't look it up. Just tell me. Do you know what ghee is? G-E-E? Indians use it in their restaurants. It's liquefied, clarified butter. When people get cremated, they dip you in that because it's like dipping you in fucking gasoline or jet fuel. And then when they stick you in the fucking furnace, oh yeah, you start right up. Oh, you start right up. They don't have to take you by on the fire your ass up. Oh yeah, you will turn your flesh and bone will turn to ash with deadly purpose in under an hour. It's like 40 something minutes. Oh yeah, there'll be little pieces of tiny little bone fragments, and the only reason I know that is because my dad got cremated, and I have his ashes. I have part of his ashes in this 50 cal bullet, but I have all his ashes. And like I said, anybody who's had anybody cremated would know there's still little tiny little bone pieces in there, not pieces of teeth, but just bone. Because when the teeth get so hot, that's why when like people like organized crime, when they kill people, they shave the head and they pull the teeth because when they feed them to pigs or dump them somewhere, all right, or they feed them the pigs can't digest the hair or the teeth. So when they shit them out, it's just like they're still in the person's mouth. So if somebody is able to find them, they're able to be like, well, this person's missing. Now it's not a missing person. We can label it a homicide. We can start a homicide investigation. Because we have this person's teeth. They take them to a dentist. They fucking identify. They don't need a body if they got the teeth. So a lot of times if they don't go that way, they'll crush the teeth up and throw them, dust them. Or when they get too hot, they do a popcorn thing and they explode. Yeah. When they get so hot, they do this little popcorn boom thing. But other than that, enamel don't digest, neither does hair. So, don't want to be doing any of that dumb because you're just setting yourself to get slumped. You might as well go turn yourself in. Save everybody some time, resources if you're going to be that fucking stupid. Some people, they grow conscience after a while. Some serial killers, they get so fucking bored because they're having their way so long that they're tired of having their way. They'll actually walk in, knock on the fucking window to the dispatcher and be like, hey, they'll be like, what do you need? You got a kitten in the fucking tree? What, your car got a flat tire? What? You don't know, you ain't got a jack? You call AAA. And they go, no, I've killed up teen people and I'm turning myself in. They look at you like you're crazy. I've seen it. They do it. And it's like, these people, like I said, everything, like, I can't say that I've killed somebody, especially, I can't say that. I can't say I've killed somebody. Yes, I've hurt people before. They've hurt me. But that's not my justification. I'm just saying. The thing is, though, that lust for that blood and not love, that kill, that's a hell of a drug. I've watched people that went through it and didn't realize what was going on until it was too late. And it's like, once you do it, it's like worse than any drug physically you could do. The come down almost makes you fucking mentally fucking shut down. Like you can. Almost like crocodiles and alligators. When it gets cold out and the fucking water freezes, they keep their snouts above it when it freezes because they put themselves in a fucking coma. They put themselves in stasis because they have that ability. As long as their nose is above the water when it freezes, they're fine. And they can chill like caviar on ice for months. And then when the fucking weather changes and the climate changes and starts melting everything wakes them back up. I'm telling you. Motherfucker, you go outside, you get bloodthirsty, you can't stop until you're caught or dead. And you're either going to get killed out of fear, or you're going to get caught by the fucking people putting the tombs and you're going to die in a concrete fucking box. Then, if you're lucky, if there's anybody around when you die, you'll go to a cemetery and have a proper funeral. Otherwise, you're going to fucking Potter's Field. And you're not going to leave where you did all your time. You will get buried in a Potter's Field on penal institution federal property. Prison. You will not leave there. People fucking... I had somebody tell me before that I made it up. Prisons ain't got Potter's Fields. Fuck if they don't. You're fucking... You're eating paint chips, buddy. You must be smoking gunpowder and wanting to fucking conjure the courage to fucking do some cyanide or something. Because if you think there's no prison out there that has actual real graveyards that are Potter's Field, all there is, there's a stamp on your box. It's a number. They ain't even got your fucking name. And you're stacked on top of each other like Tetris. Almost like what they did when Corona hit. Remember all the people that died in New York? What'd they do? They put them in a fucking makeshift Potter's Field in Staten Island. Tell me I'm fucking lying. If I'm lying, I'll let you put your hand through the fucking screen and choke me out and kill me. If I'm lying, I'm dying. They wouldn't even let the people, their family, if they could provide a funeral, they wouldn't even let them have funerals, remember? I know people who fucking died in Chicago, and they didn't even die of Corona, because Corona's going on, they wouldn't even let them have a funeral. They said, we could let you, but if the fucking cops see it, they will come and arrest you and stop it from happening. And that's exactly what the fuck happened. You had people being arrested for trying to give their loved ones a funeral during Corona. Yeah. Whether they died from Corona or not. But in New York, all the people that died in Ripley, they fucking put them on Staten Island because they weren't taking a risk. They said, these son of a guns are worse than the Black Plague. The bodies, at least. No pun intended. You're hollow vessel at that point. So it's like, maybe they're doing the right thing, but it was like, that shit was weird. On Staten Island? Oh, yeah. And, they got landfills over there. So, like, and, when motherfuckers say they're from the Bay Area, they might be, but some of them from the Lame area. So remember that. And don't ever get on the fucking L's in Chicago or over there. And I'm not talking to L like that. I'm talking to L because you go and take a loss, and you might lose your motherfucking life. You didn't know that? Look it up. No, go look it up, Mod. You'll see. Yeah, they got fucking big Potter Field and fucking Staten Island. For real. They put a whole, and I'm talking people, most of the people, they had family and resources that were able to give them funerals. Government wasn't having it. They put them motherfuckers in bio bags, double bio cracked them, and then fucking, remember when everybody started seeing all them caskets? Everybody thought, oh, they're going to start fucking knocking everybody up. That's something that could happen at any time, anywhere. We have 30,000 guillotines made by Bell. The people who made Bell construction helicopters. People who work for Bell, like pilot. That company, yeah. We have 30,000 of their guillotines. 15,000 of them in one state, 15,000 of them in another state. People don't want to talk about that either, though. What the fuck do we have 30,000 guillotines for? Oh, well, see, that's why I love you. That's why I fucking love you. Because, see, you go, yeah, I know on that one, but you didn't know about Potter's Field. You didn't know about Corona Potter's Field. I'm not saying that you don't know it, but I'm surprised you know about this one I just shot. Other than the other one, I'm surprised it wasn't the other way around. I love you for that. I love you, man. But don't take the L's, guys, because you will take a loss and you might lose your motherfucking life. I know. Hey, they take your. Hey, if you got an iPhone, that's more than enough. They'll grab your phone and they'll fucking throw you in front of one. Yeah, or they'll pry the doors open and throw you out of one. And you know what? You'd be surprised on who the fuck they'll do it to. Old women. Old women. They won't touch men. Old women and any women. Like somebody that I know of that was real known up there. He got killed. He had a feeling it was going to happen, but he didn't hide from his fate. And then, like, he had 2 kids with his girl. She got thrown in front of a fucking L with her phone stolen fucking a month later and got cut in half. Yeah. But they be throwing old ladies in front of them motherfuckers after fucking punching them, taking their phones. Oh, yeah. Shoot motherfuckers. Yeah, like, shoot people. Like, it's not cool. Like, and when a motherfucker's on that shit because they lurking on you. You know what they do? The wolves smell fear. So if you come around there, you better have courage and you better be austere. Like you will kill you out of nowhere. Almost like you're politicking, like you running from there. Because if they know that you're lacking and you ain't seen what the fuck they're sizing you up for a meal, they're gonna break you down. You're gonna be in a fucking stain. And it's sad because when you read this shit, you're like, how could somebody live with this? So they don't think. They don't think. They just fucking do. That's like me right now. I could get up and drop kick this motherfucking thing and jump out the window. But what am I gonna get out of that? Unless I'm adrenaline junkie and I'm looking for fucking strife. I'm gonna get nothing. I'm gonna probably go to the hospital if I live. So, I just, when you go through certain things, and you start realizing everything that's going on around you, even if you have no control of it, you start growing more empathy for humanity because we're part of it, and we're hurting ourselves. We're killing ourselves. Fuck the whole racial. No, there's no race here. We are all one. We colorblind. Fuck all that. If you want to be real, like I said, money's the root of all evil. Why do you think the only color anybody sees is green when they talk about race and it comes to business? I don't give a fuck who they shake or rub shoulders with as long as they got that green. People fucking kill their own mothers for that shit. Literally. Kill their own fucking mothers. Have hits put on them, killing themselves. Worse. I know because I've seen it, read about it, sick to it, watched what happened with them. 250 years. You might as well just fucking send them to death row. You might as well, because the motherfucker gonna die in prison, and he don't give a fuck. And he made a song about it after, and he wanted the money to push his fucking rap career, even though he had no career to begin with, because he had no talent. His only talent was being fucking a demon. And the thing is, anybody can be a demon. All it takes is for you to be traumatized with something that you might be seeing, and then you get that flip that switch. But when you got them people that are bored, they want some notoriety. And they're like, man, look at him. He's doing this and doing that. They give him respect. I'm going to go do that. But it might not work that way with you. Because the thing is, you're going out of your way to do it. Some people, it's just meant to be. Like I said, you got a choice. You got to sit back and think. Think. Even if you got two brain cells, stop letting them fight with each other and tell them to turn around and look at you and think. Because without your brain, you wouldn't even feel pain. Some people don't even understand that. Just like the left part of your brain controls the right side of your body and vice versa. Some people, hey, that's just a fact from the Falcons. If you don't like it, get fucked. Some people don't like the truth. No spearhead intended. No, you know what I'm saying? Just saying the obvious. Well, I know you do. I'm not even worried about you being a broken clock and a broken clock strike twice a day. That's why some of these motherfucking spark plugs on here, when I see that, when I can hear that rod knocking through here, and they're not even making noise, I know they haven't been maintaining that motor. They haven't been putting no fucking oil in that motor. They need some Bowser oil, and if they don't put it in right away, that head's gonna bust. They're gonna blow a gasket. And even though pressure bust pipes, none of these fuckers can bust a grape in a food fight. Because if they did, they would have stood on 10 when they opened that door that I had to shut on their ass. And I had to drag them through what they started. Why do you think homeboy? I told him, I said, you open this door, we're walking through it. And what happened? He tried to concede in the end. Oh, you can't take a joke? Everyone knows, whoever was on, it doesn't matter. Everyone knows you wasn't joking, dude. You were trying to fucking smite. And it didn't work. Because you wasn't in a position to smite. What you did was you threw a fucking piece of shit at wind or at the wall and thought it was going to stick. You didn't know, though, there was standing someone in front of that wall. And I smoked that motherfucker and sent it right back to you like a boomerang. Only you didn't catch that bitch. It went right in your fucking face. And you didn't like it. In your face. In your fucking face. You got burnt real bad, Chevy style. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's why your ass finally rotated and stopped trying to pull shit because it just wasn't working. Yeah, you just didn't have it. Gravity was not your friend that day and it never will be your friend. So don't think you can fucking fly. Even if you drink Red Bull. You will not fly. And if you can, somebody's going to shoot you down. No, because I guarantee if you come on my shit and do that, then you in real life are doing worse to people in physical form. So for anybody that knows you or knows about this, even though nobody probably luck out, but eventually, if you see that fucking coward, just say his name 5 times like Candy Man, and I guess I'll roll on his ass like an avalanche, just to bring Tupac, back alive. Then you're gonna know that the fuck I rolled on didn't survive. Then you got your revenge. It came cold because I was a big snowball, and I made him mow. There's no mo. I put him in the flow. He can't even beg low to go into heaven's door. So don't shed no tears. I'm serious. You'd be surprised. You'd be very surprised. Like, no matter who you are or what you do, no matter how it is, there's always something that is happening that you might not want to happen or you have to deal with. And you might not think it's right. But that's fucking life. Life is not fair. When you can come to that realization that life is not all about getting your motherfucking way, that's when you start having a little turn. When you realize that there's more to life than just your ambitions and your self security and you being so selfish and not caring about anybody else, that's when you realize, when you start to feel things that you were desensitized from your whole fucking life, like me. I had no empathy, no remorse or fear after my dad died. I was a recurring nightmare. I instilled fear into people. I was a lurker. People would hear my name and not even know me and fucking run. And I would fucking get hard hearing it. Oh yeah, I was so ignorant. Ignorant with it. I mean, somebody stole up. Dude, I'm going to tell you this right now. You just didn't want me to be around. And you didn't want to be a part of something I had something to do with, and you fucked something up. Because I'm giving you what you gave. I never fucked anybody who didn't have it coming to them. Remember that. And I know that might be justification on my side, but guess what? It is what it is. How it is, what it is. I'll pay with God if that's how it goes. In for a penny, in for a pound. If you don't like it, go. No risk, no reward. If you don't try, you'll never fucking know. That's why you can always change. One of the things, though, when my shit started coming back, like my empathy, and then I started having remorse, and then fear came back, I'm surprised I didn't get killed out of fear from other people. Because that's how some of the top motherfuckers get killed. They're out there smoking everybody, slumping them like putting out a cigarette or ordering a cup of coffee. They get killed out of fear because they're so feared. A motherfucker don't want to die and become a statistic, so he hasn't done nothing. He's a commandant. And then he gets put on the map because he just made you splat. He just put your brains on display. That happens every day too. Oh yeah. Because there's people walking around like the devil reincarnated, and believe me, they when almost like what Tupac said. That shit's the truth though too. Gene Deal proved it. He was Puff's bodyguard. When I see them, they run. Man, if you think that shit don't happen in these cities, all these spots, you're crazy. Everybody's got top shooters and got somebody fucking putting in that work and don't give a fuck. They thrive on it. They thrive on that shit. Like I said, positivity breeds positivity. Negativity breeds negativity. So if you with it, you gonna get it. Oh yeah, it's gonna placate you at every way and turn, because once you're done, you're in the ring of fire. So try to get out before you can. Know that you can change. The thing is, though, it's like I said, pride and other things, they get in the way. And I can honestly say I'm one of them people. At one time, I let that shit happen. That's why I went through what I went through. But God came and saved the day. What can I say? I didn't know that was part of my fucking fate. I thought I was going to wait until I was going to be fucking gray. I mean, seriously. I mean, for real. And the thing is, up in the city, it's normal to catch a body or get caught for a body. And a lot of them beat it. Some of them don't. And they get them fucking man years, and they're gone, and they're gone, and they're going to be gone. And it's sad. Because I have a friend who's been locked up since '04. He didn't know that his sister's boyfriend, was going to fucking rob a gas station, let alone kill the clerk inside. So when that shit happened, and they went back to the house, and he started bragging to my friend's sister, she turned them in. Yeah. The boyfriend got natural life. They wanted to give him the death penalty at the time because it happened in '04. We still had the death penalty. Case still was continuing, so he ended up copping out for natural life to take death off the table. And then he testified against my buddy, and then my buddy tried to fucking put a hit out on his sister, and they gave him 56 years, and then he fucking put in an appeal. The appeal went through. They were able to prove that a lot of the shit that was happening was unconstitutional, and they resentenced him and gave him 26 years, and he gets out in 2030. And he's been locked up since '04. You know what I'm saying? He had no idea when he was taking his sister's boyfriend that maybe would have became his brother-in-law one day, because they were together for like 3 years. And he had, I don't think anybody would take somebody to the gas station knowing that they're going to go rob the gas station, because you're automatically accessory to the fact. So like, when he was like that, he told me, he goes, I wish I would have fucking blew the motherfucker away with the way they treat me. And I could understand, especially when that cracked his head. But he was so desperate because he felt like he was just fucked. He did. He wanted to get out I don't know about the whole sister thing. They tried to charge him with that. They were able to slap on some other shit because they put he was a pod worker because he was there so long fighting the case. And the guy his person would have been the brother-in-law, the sister's boyfriend. He already copped out the life, so he was already gone. He's in Menard, okay? He's gonna stay there. He's a national treasure. Oh yeah, he's like a solid brick. He's collecting dust, but he's really the government's collecting gold off his ass. Even though we're paying for it, we're the ones paying for it. So he's nobody wants to break it all down to a fucking clear science. We're paying for what's going to the government for those fucks. But it's like if you get out and change, you separate yourself from that. But you got to remember, anybody can go to jail at any time, whether you did something or not. It's not hard to fucking send the cops off to have them come grab you up. And the thing is with it, most of the time when they grab you up and you did nothing, you crack them with a lawsuit. And you should. For unlawful imprisonment, defamation of character, slander. Should I keep going on? I know the law a bit just because I had to learn. I had to learn. I wanted to learn, especially when I started to read. Yeah, it was over with from there. Oh yeah, I read books. I sharpen books like my sword to a whetstone. Oh yeah, books. My sword. Brain, sword, books. Oh yeah, and this is little brother. A sibling to Dark Sister. Does anybody know who Dark Sister is? Because I'm actually mutating this thing into another Dark Sister. Dark Sister is what Aegon's sister, one of his wives, wielded as her sword, a Valyrian steel. And Dark Sister had mystical powers. Dark Sister was a bad motherfucker. That piece of steel, oh yeah. And Aegon ended up with not, when they started Dance of Dragons, that motherfucker, was it Aegon or Magon, whoever, Viserys' brother, he has Dark Sister. It's been passed down through the Targaryen ages, but anybody who knows anything about that should really know fucking what could really happen because it's almost like it's supposed to happen. You ever notice like every 100 years or so something fucking crazy happens? A war, some kind of fucking disease, something to fucking... It's like a form of population control or to try to fucking like reset the map. But it's like, if my marsupial lived through the crash of the dinosaurs in Armageddon, how the fuck are you guys going to prevent that from happening again? Because if he lived through that, he's going to live through the next. Because my possums, they're prehistoric. Yes, they're from the prehistoric era, just like a fucking alligator snapping turtle. You want to stick your fucking finger out and fucking go nah-uh-uh? Do it in front of his face and watch what happen. He'll snap it off with deadly fucking purpose, absent any strength. He'll do it in his fucking sleep, and then after he eats it, he'll sink down to the bottom of whatever waterway he's in, and he'll go to sleep for 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, while you sit there curled up like a fucking child screaming for help when you shouldn't have been fucking playing. That fucking thing's like a gun, not a toy. It's a fucking, you don't play with shit like that. It's like fucking going into a fucking barn and seeing a Kentucky Thoroughbred and going, hey, how you doing? Letting it have its way. That's why I tell people, you're so fucked, all I can picture is your wife with a fucking horse getting derailed. Because you just talk so much fucking trash, you mean nothing. Like, when you get people talk out their asshole, you know it. Because they can't even build a sandcastle. And it's not like you let them fucking sit there and try to prove it first. They talk so much fucking trash, you've seen through them. And that was worse. Me asking somebody on here after I know they're full of fucking hot-ass garbage to be like, to build a sandcastle is like the cops going, do a field sobriety test. Not even a sober person knows the fucking ABCs backwards. So after they do the one by one, they do that too. They do the mind fuck. I don't know anybody sober who could do the ABCs backwards, let alone drunk. So like, this shit's stacked against you. They might as well stone you to death. Fuck what you talking about. Don't let me get a hold of you after doing some shit or subject to my people to that because I'll do a brake torque on your fucking head. Oh yeah. You said back off him after I run him over? I did. After I put it in drive again. Fuck what you talking about. Don't play stupid. Yeah, they say back off. Well, I did after I fucking put it in fucking drive and got away. You said get out of there. I backed up. I ran him over, put it in drive, and ran him over again. But I stopped on the head and did a brake torque. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. You said back off. I did after I put it in drive. Don't fucking tell me. Hey, nothing exceeds but excess. But I'm gonna turn this motherfucker into. I'm. The thing is, this is just gonna be a blueprint. This is little brother. I call this little brother because it ain't got mystical powers, but it descends from Dark Sister. It does. And Dark Sister's a bad motherfucker. That should have been Karma's sword. Karma don't even need a sword, though. But I'm gonna fucking make a Dark Sister out of titanium, undepleted uranium. Oh yeah, some other things. A little bit of aluminum here and there. I know my shit, bro. Like you don't understand. I've been through a lot of shit. Like I'm a scrap master. I don't scrap. I scrap more, but I stockpile it because back in '05 it was the heyday. Oh, I was killing it. I was making more money than motherfucking Union, fucking laying pipe. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna make it myself. Oh, I'm gonna have it designed at least. I'm not no blacksmith, and my forging level is probably 13. And I'm not talking on RuneScape. I'm talking in real life. I've watched people forge real shit. That's a fucking rigorous process. Yes. Yes, and the thing is, you have to be ready to fucking be planted in front of those forges and the anvils. And you better be ready to fucking sweat like you're in a fucking sauna. Because you start something, you gotta finish it. And the thing is, there's a fucking heating and cooling process you have to keep doing while you're maintaining and shaping and molding it. And a lot of people don't understand that. Just like when you're like I'm gonna tell you this right now. When it comes to scrap, I'm talking from all angles. Like, you know how people steal catalytic converters? Well, when I would buy junk cars, I would pull them off and I'd break them down and take the platinum and everything else out of it and just take that to a fucking. I wouldn't take it that to because you get top dollar for it. Now, if you want to be a broke dick Popeye and you're just trying to get high or something, you're gonna take it to scrapyard. I take red brass and yellow brass and iron ore and prepared steel and cast aluminum and electric motors that are, that's what I take into the warehouse. Everything else goes up on the fucking thing. Other than that, just like anything I get that's fucking certain gauge thick, I've got shit right now that I gotta peel that's fucking this, solid copper. All sorts of shit. That's why they started putting glass through the fiber optic shit, because everybody was stealing the fucking copper from the fucking towers. And I had people that worked for Data Cell, like foremans, and they would bring, they had scrap dumpsters at their house. But, motherfucker, when you borrow people money to go out and fucking play or gamble and be indigenous, because you got a lot of people who are indigenous, I was that type of, I'm sorry, I played the frog and the scorpion, and I was a scorpion when I grew up. Oh, yeah. I borrowed people money. Oh, yeah, I did. People needed to get it bailed out. People knew I had the money to do it, and they didn't have it, so I'd be like, well, you coming to me on a drop of a dime. Like, here's my first example. And you don't believe me? I don't give a fuck. I want somebody to call it out so I can fucking spank you and make you look stupid and make you look so small that not even be seen in a microscope. Yeah. You'll be in so many fucking pieces when I send you back, or you go back to wherever the fuck you came from, whatever called you. The instruction manual won't even help put you back together. You ain't gonna be no Rector set. You ain't gonna be no fucking Rector set. But this is the thing. You gotta that's why I say knowledge is power. You gotta fucking sit out there and go out of your way and find these things, because it's like, it pays to discover. Fuck MasterCard. It pays to discover. I'm so good with scrap that I take broken phones. I'm talking burners and everything. And old phones I kind of like this. My old phones like this that give me memories. Like, anyone remember the Aqua Crystal? Sony made this. They made a TV like this. And then they made a phone like this for Boost Mobile. This was my favorite fucking phone, and this phone was badass. Sony made this. It's called the Aqua Crystal. But they made TVs, plasma screen TVs. They were called the Aqua Crystal, and they were like 5 digits at the bare minimum. This fucking phone cost big money. This phone lasted me forever and ever and ever. I thought I lost this phone. I found it when I was ripping my room apart looking for my motherfucking key to my fucking car. And it brought up so much memories, and it's like, I won't even scrap it. And the thing is, when you open up a phone by default, like this one, this is an incognito from Boost, old school shit. I used to use this shit for all sorts of stuff. And like, my main thing would be like, I'm sitting in front, I go like this, with this, and use it as a mirror and look behind me. So I can see people, almost like when you're looking at the road at the rearview mirror. Motherfucker, I got my eye on you. I got my finger on the pulse. Don't get too big for your britches. Somebody might come do something about it. Might apply belt to ass. Oh yeah, and what's so funny is back in the day, people loved the whole flip thing with the keyboard. Yeah, this bitch was bad. And I'm talking Michael Jackson bad. I'm telling you, I'm going to whoop that ass. Oh yeah. Don't make me get going. Oh yeah, don't make me get going. I get them endorphins flowing. Why? Why? Tell me why it's getting humid always in July. Why does weather have to be this way? Why am I sweltering? Why? Why? Why do people live to love and die? How could you do that to me? How could you be cruel this way? Why? Why? Now I'm gonna make up my own rhyme. How could you stab me in the back like a snake like that? Why? Why? How could you do this to me? How could life be this way? I tell you, don't make me a planet ass. I'm telling you. Verbally, mentally, emotionally. Break it down like build you up and break it down like a house of cards again. Just to show you that there's more to life than what there is. Don't fucking think that ain't. It ain't all about fucking trying to do this or do that. We all receptive to human weakness. So we at any time, any of us, gambling, drugs, smoking, eating chalk, drywall, cat turds, whatever. You'd be surprised the things people have as vices. Yeah. Yeah, and you're looking at me like I'm fucked. Eating chalk, drywall, people do that. People are stuck on that shit. Literally, they have a disorder. No, I know this shit is the common knowledge because these people had to get help and had to seek help, and some of them, after they seeked help, they died. Some of them seeked help and they lived, but the thing is, these people got put on blast because it was. I mean, if you don't believe me, just look it up. It's common knowledge, like Moses wore short pants. It's fucking common knowledge, almost like Surgeon General warning. Smoking cigarettes can be harmful to you, especially if you're pregnant, can cause cancer. It's common fucking knowledge. Unless you lack common sense, you would be very surprised what certain people, like... I personally know somebody who eats drywall. And no, it ain't my boss. If my boss ate drywall, he wouldn't be a boss. He wouldn't even work where the fuck I worked. He'd be somebody who fucking would off himself there. Because where I work, that place is made the fuck shit up. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're good. I don't care. You're fine. I just was just... Hey, I let you run that shit. Unless somebody pops up and keeps popping up, I'll be on the mind of task at hand. So unless somebody's on here, like, hey, that other shit scared me the other day. I'm glad homie didn't pop back up like a fucking mushroom. He must be drinking zombie piss trying to turn into a mushroom so he can pop up. Because I told him, you keep drinking zombie piss, you're going to turn your mind into a mushroom. Because it's got to be dry-rotted, charboiled, and deep-fried at this point. Because who the fuck pops up on my live and goes, say my name like you're fucking Beyonce, Destiny's Child or whatever. That's what that dude did, didn't he, man? He's like, could you please say my name? And when I was like, what the fuck are you on? Gunpowder? Are you smoking cyanide? Are you an alien or something? Are you E.T., but you want to be fucking homo instead of phone home? And he was like, fuck yeah. Are you gay? I'm like, whoa. I couldn't believe. I was like, you can't conjure no courage. You already had it. Obviously, you're not a broke dick Popeye. You didn't have olive oil chase you while your fucking port is leaving. You're sailing along port. You forgot your breakfast. You're not going to conjure the courage to get it up to fuck me tonight. I got to walk through the pee hole. Yeah. You got a lot of cook holders under you. Yeah. That's what it was like. I couldn't believe it. I even told him. I was like, damn. You must have ate your spinach before you got on. I know you ain't got olive oil because you gay. Because you just asked me if I like men. I couldn't believe that shit. That shit was weird. Like, but you can't make this shit up. As much as you guys would love to think that I'm making it up, I'm not. Just go look back at my life. Believe me. You can't make this shit up. You can't. So anybody who fucking thinks that these are Frankenstein stories, just go look at my live. These motherfuckers pop on and just... like I said, I had to give it to him. I told him, I said, bro, at least you got the courage to say something. But no, I don't roll that way. Hey, I'm not a fucking red coat. I only play for one team, and that's the blue team. I love the pink team. I love plowing. I love getting it in. But like I, no, I don't coincide. Fuck it. I don't pitch or catch, motherfucker. I plow fields. So fuck what you talking about. But no, I couldn't be mad at him for it because he had the courage. And most of these motherfuckers, like, we seen it. We got people pop up and out of nowhere they just start. No, he ran off. He ran off to go flip a mattress and run a wall because he respected my preference. Yeah, he did. I mean, I had to give it to him though. At least he had the courage not to beat around the bush. Because at first I thought he wanted. I was like, "What the fuck is this? You want?" I didn't say Destiny's Child, and out of nowhere he just goes, "Do you like men?" And I'm like, "For you, unfortunately, no. But I don't. I can't hate you for what you do. I have a best friend that's bi. Should I hate him? He came out when we were 17. I've been best friends with him since we were in the sandbox. Should I hate him? He's never done nothing to me. He's never he came out of respect for us. Should I hate him? Because two of our friends walked away the day that happened. And those motherfuckers are burning for that shit. They got karma. They're eating for karma because they can't even talk to them now and they wish they did. And they said they didn't even know what they were thinking back then. They just let impulse take control. Literally, they were just like, when we heard gay, we just couldn't deal with it. And the thing is, they didn't understand it. They didn't understand it. They just thought it was just some kind of fucking... And, I know that things are getting a little weird, in the world. You got people that are Olympic winners that are fucking turning themselves into women and then going out and doing Oshkosh, Magosh, Kosh, Kabapash, and, fucking with Ogo Pogo and trying to find the big dirty when they don't even realize the big dirty has found them. You just gotta let that shit ride because that shit's out of your control. That's like fucking worrying about if the sun's gonna come. Like, worrying about, like I told my mom that one day, worrying about somebody that's fucking running their mouth like a fucking telephone tough guy like this is like worrying about the sun coming up. I don't give a shit. I know it's gonna happen. It comes with the territory. I was mentally, physically, emotionally prepared for that before I started this channel. Like, I created this thing and didn't put no content on it for 4 months before I started it. And I've been on here for over a year now. And, I've got a little over 600 followers. And I don't give a fuck if I had 23 still. I would still be doing what I'm doing because you have to believe in yourself. Doubt is the enemy. So when you get your friends or somebody you think is your friend or somebody you think has got your best interest at heart, they doubt you and your ambitions. Like, let's say you give them your thoughts. Like, they come over and you're going to have a drink with them or smoke a blunt or play some cards. They have a little solace with them, Shoot the shit, right? Right? And then you tell them how you feel. Your plans for the next year, like this coming year, like what you're going to do. Or the next fortnight, whatever. And they automatically, sometimes they'll even stop you before you're done. And they'll go, no. They're doing that because they're afraid of you succeeding. And they want to keep you at their level. And I've noticed that because once... I can't even bring it up. I've already brought it up before, but I'm going to say this right now. I have people that I trust with my fucking life, but I don't talk to them because they won't talk to me because they're mad that I didn't do what they suggested. And I told them I'd take an advisement. When I say that or somebody says it to you, you have to take it for what it is. That doesn't mean they're going to fucking placate you at every turn. You're not going to submit to your will. You're not fucking King Xerxes. And even if you was, I'd still fucking sacrifice my life to show you that you ain't it. Because he thought he was untouchable, and what happened? He found out that he was touchable. And even though it was just a little clash, that woke him the fuck up. And like anybody else who gets too big for the britches, they fall. And they think they fall from the clouds, tumbling from the heavens, down to where they belong. And that's just how it is. And if you don't like it, then do something about it. Change yourself. Get up and fucking do something and be somebody. That's all I can say. if you want change bad enough, you will do it, because I have. I got tired of fucking being a burden and having to ask fucking people and conjure the courage to be like, can you give me a ride? Can you give me a ride? Being a grown fucking man. Can you give me a ride? Can you give me a ride? Fuck that. Fuck that. Or like, you want to know what's even worse? Having to conjure the courage to ask somebody to give me a ride in my own motherfucking car, drive me around. So I'd have to play it off like I'm like Big Daddy, Big Pimp Daddy. You know, like, that's my chauffeur. When really, I just didn't want to conjure the courage to get my fucking license. So I didn't want to go through all the fucking bullshit that I put myself in when it came to that aspect. So, that's how it was. But it got to the point of, I just wouldn't even do it. I wouldn't even ask nobody. But I wouldn't walk either. So I just get in where I thought in, and then before you knew it, I'm where I am. So, but, I'm not going to lie. It's still early tonight. It's still early, but you know, when I was bringing up these phones, I wasn't just bringing up the good times I had with them, because look, this is how old this phone is. 2 megapixel camera. That camera is a 2 megapixel. And it's got a battery, you see? But the thing is, with all the old school phones, and even new phones now, they got cobalt and gold in them. So I scrap all the gold out and the cobalt. And where do you think they get the cobalt from? Third world countries? Yeah. There's like blood diamonds and shit, and rubber. And all the other shit. Yeah. You collect enough. These ain't burners. I got, like I said, my whole life, I got a pile. I even took phones I found in garbages people would throw on the road. And if I found a phone outside, I go walking to go to the mailbox right now, I'm gonna pick it up. I might fucking I might let somebody pick it up first and look at it and make sure there's fucking no anthrax on it or some bullshit. Make sure I don't go start crappie flopping the minute I grab it. But, yeah, you'd be very surprised. I've found multiple iPhones, Galaxy, all sorts of shit. They're full of gold. Like, what they use for the soldering in there is gold. And there's a way to extract that with a certain chemical. So if anybody knows anything about the periodic table, get in where you fucking fit in. I'm not going to explain that shit, though, because that's a big, dumb process. Like, going through that's rigorous. You know, that's like trying to get your fucking self ready to climb Mount Everest. You don't want to go fucking find fucking Green Boots. Poor Green Boots. I was trying to bring him up earlier. He's actually a fucking real checkpoint up there. They say if you go past Green Boots and make a left and you find a dude with purple boots, you are on your way to death. But Green Boots, he got to the top and come back down. He had an oxygen tank, but he got stuck. A storm came in, and he went to a cave for refuge. He didn't die from exposure, but he probably died from, the hypothermia, everything that comes with that, or no oxygen, because when you're at that high a level, even you smoking so much smoke, you need oxygen. It's just like up there. You can't breathe. The air, there is no elevation. Yeah. Yeah, well, like I said, if you go look it up right now, you can see him. He's still stuck up there like a fucking statue sideways. Halfway in the cave, halfway out, and he's got a fucking oxygen tank with him. So he was prepared, but he was on his way back down. He made it from the summit, and he was coming back down. But he's up there, and... Yeah, but the thing is, imagine the motherfuckers who had the real balls back in the fucking... They started this shit in the late 1890s. And right now, there's 300 plus people who are confirmed dead, and they're stuck up there. And some of them look like White Walkers from fucking, from like Game of Thrones. Because their flesh is torn, and they've been frozen up there, and they're preserved. But believe me, there's no mistake in finding Green Boots. And if you come across a guy that's frozen fucking in the middle of nowhere with purple boots, you will die. If you fucking ain't God. But Green Boots, he's a fucking, rest in peace. He's actually a landmark on the map to go up Mount Everest now, because where he's at. So, even though he didn't die in vain. He didn't die in vain. Why do this? Most would die. Because, because, you want to know why? They were mountain climbers. Hey, when you're an adrenaline junkie, you're going to do crazy shit like that. Like skydiving, you want to become part of the Mile High Club, you're going to jump from 36,000 feet. Right? If you're an adrenaline junkie. Now, what you don't want to do is have a friend that's so mind-fucked that, He blindfolds you, puts you in a fucking helicopter, makes you think you guys are fucking 2-3 miles high in the air, over 100,000 feet in the air, when you're really only 2 feet off the ground, and then tell you you're gonna get, I'm shoving you out the, and you're not connected to nothing. Your body will go into shock. You'll have a stroke, a heart attack, an aneurysm, and a coronary at the same time. Oh yeah, because of the fright you're going through, because you're actually visually and you're not prepared for being shoved out of a fucking helicopter at that high elevation, but really you're not. It's all optical illusion. Motherfuckers, ah, that would fuck you. That would fuck you bad. Imagine that. Somebody puts up, hey, I got a surprise for you. Oh yeah, the surprise is welcoming you to fucking death. Welcome to the dearly departed. You know, like, that's fucked. Imagine that. Fucker fucking blindfolds you, you get on a chopper. You sign a thing too. Like, on top of it, you sign a thing, God forbid anything happens, you can't hold your friend accountable. And it's your birthday, right? Or it's something. But he makes you think that you're fucking so high you're pie in the sky, but you're really, the fucking thing's hovering 2 feet off the ground, and he shoves you off. He goes, here you go, bye, and just shoves you. Dude, your sixth sense kicks in so bad that you fucking just, you die. Almost like people who've been married for fucking 50, 60, 70 years. When the one dies, the other one dies of a broken heart real quick. You ever notice that? It's because you mentally shut yourself down, because it's like everything you live in for, everything you've sacrificed, everything that you're willing to sacrifice at any time through all that time is gone. So you feel like you have no purpose left in life. And then you convince yourself that, and then your mind takes over. That's why they call it mind over matter, because your mind takes over your matter. And your thoughts, you're a vessel, and then your mind hollows it out, and then you break you down, and you die of a lonely heart. Absent negative thoughts, sometimes you'll drown in your own tears. Oh yeah. And we're not talking about fucking Timberlake with Crimea River. That's some fucking puppy dog wannabe fucking dog shit. We'll fucking build up a ramp up his ass and shove a fucking I-beam in there fresh from the steel mill for him. He wants to cry a river. We don't care about any of that dog shit. Get on and take care of your obligations to that fucking nasty fucking sodomite. Like, whatever the fuck you gotta do, dude, because you put yourself in that groove. Not me. I know nothing about it. I was in high school when you would start fucking doing that weird shit and making these weird songs and all that other fucking crazy shit. And the thing is, like I said, most of the people don't know what they're walking into. They think they're walking into something that's all brights and glamour when it's really fucking pure agony, and you don't even run your own life. You literally are on a string in a fucking robot. You're computerized! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why they rub it in everybody's face what they do to you and subject you to. And that's why it's all common knowledge now, because motherfuckers got caught and they don't want to trying to get bought. That shit's been happening though. Like, they try to make that the norm. Like, fuck that shit. Don't, unless you with that weird shit, like what hey, like I said before, what I say about fucking Smokey with, you know, with Ice Cube. What did he say when he smoked? Take advantage. But what did he say when he got too high and went Snoop? He's like, you want me to go get the sugar? Why you get so close? I ain't with that gay shit. I ain't with that weird shit. That's what I'm saying. Unless you with that weird shit, go ahead. You from the Bay Area, go to Bay Area. You want from the land, get the fuck on and go take your L and go burn. Because God don't like ugly. He hates the sin, not the sinner. So if you alive and you can repent, there might be time. But the thing is, all these other motherfuckers that keep fucking getting on their soapbox and going, man, I'm cured now. You can have me over for dinner. I couldn't believe he said that. And then like, I've done some real bad things. We all done some real bad things, but we haven't done the fucking things you've done. You're like a modern day Hitler, only for the fucking industry. Sex slaves, sex tunnels, fucking all this weird fucking shit. Fucking spreading fucking diseases like it's Thanksgiving. Giving the gift that keeps on giving. You know, like all sorts of shit. Like you are the opposite of what the fuck we're supposed to stand for. You are condoning your own downfall. You guys are monkeys, and I'm all out of bananas, and I wasn't even peeling those bitches. And the whole thing is, if somebody slipped on one of those fucking banana peels and cracked their fucking head open, whose door do you think they're gonna come knock on? Hit him with a bang. Hello. I want my lawyer. Because they'll tell you. Hey, they can lie to you. They'll come to you. You don't need, hey, any trouble, guys. Any trouble. They come to you and grab you to fuck up and you're in the box, don't say nothing. I don't give a fuck if they come in and said your fucking mother ratted you out. They're paid to lie. They are allowed to lie to you to make you spill the beans. If anything they can do to fucking make you fucking turn. So don't do it. You know better. If you know better, you know better. So don't let them fucking pull one over on you, because that's the whole thing. And what's so weird about us, I don't know how many people I know have been told that. And then when they get in that spot, they forgot all about it. And then the minute that they're told, they try any resistance, and they're told, you're going to get a fucking 500 years, you don't tell us what happened. They hurry up and fucking disembowel themselves. Yeah. Yeah. And then before you know it, they're singing like a canary and writing a fucking statement, and they just lock themselves up. And they lock their own self into a fucking alibi that they're not going to be able to beat if they take it to trial. So that all they have to pray for is a lawyer to get them a good fucking deal, like a cop-out king. You know, like, find the best cop-out king lawyer you got, that they got out there. Whoever's known for getting the best plea deals, or can get you good plea deals. That's what they call a cop-out king. Every fucking county and every city has them. And believe me, it's because they wine and dine with the prosecutors. So they before you even retain their services, they have a rapport with the prosecution, mind you. Okay? So you got to take that into consideration, and you can't look at them like a red coat. You cannot look at them like a red coat. If you're paying them for their services and you're going to make sure they're going to get you better than what you had, you got to take that into consideration. Now, if you're trying to beat the case, you better make sure you get somebody like Barnum and Bailey, Kenneth Starr, Rob Kardashian, you know those guys, Johnny Cochran, Kathleen Zellner, Ken Gernacey, top of the line motherfucking lawyers that are known for fucking beating high profile capital murder, death penalty cases, like the worst fucking shit you could be against. And I'll tell you this right now. I can tell you this right now. I wish a motherfucker would come jump out their body or try to do something with me, because the motherfucker I got on retainer, they will apply belt to ass with deadly purpose. And I'm like, they make mottos. Like, hey, I'll give you a little hint. I'll give you a little hint. I already told you some of the top of the line ones. One of them is, hey, no glove. The glove don't fit, you gotta quit. No test, you better test before you arrest. Now, that last one, they're both from the same lawyer. She beat these cases. They were murder cases. At his bail, at his bail hearing, his first hearing, the state attorney said, "We're just letting you know we are going for the death penalty, even though we're nowhere near trial. We are going for the death penalty." So the guy got charged with kidnapping, raping, and killing his son. And he admitted it, even though he didn't do it. They beat him with his confession. They were saying, it was, I don't want to bring his name up. You guys do a little time to find out. But it was sad, because I'll tell you this, if I ever got put in that spot, they'd have to beat me to death. I'm not gonna write for a confession something I didn't do. Especially something that heinous. Because it was so heinous, the judge obliged everything that his person, like, his bail was fucking $30 million. It was the same as Michael Jackson's. But he didn't bail out. He wasn't bailing out, but he got out about 8 months after the DNA that came back from his daughter wasn't his. It was some guy that was on parole that was out on a drunken drug binge, broke into their house. One of the parents was gone doing a foundation thing. The dad was there with a daughter and a son. He cut the screen open, stole the kid, put her in the trunk, took her out to a fucking forest preserve, did what he did. Unthinkable. The type of shit that you would
boil somebody alive and make it last for fucking years. You just would make him make it eternity until he died and make it eternity again. Um, let's just put it this way: the guy who did it, when they finally find out who did it, this guy was doing time on a parole violation after doing 14 years for raping and impregnating his sister. Okay? Okay? And now this guy got natural, like they were trying to give him, they wanted to give the dude the bad death penalty because he admitted to it. Now, a lot of people can't get past that. He signed the fucking statement, he admitted he did it. Town found out about it. God, when he quit, he wasn't a quit. He was they had to drop the case. And they dropped the case. They had to file a lawsuit. They got 30 million. They ended up like 16 million or something. The family was ruined though, because how do you think his wife felt, the mother of that child? She was like, she probably was wondering like, what the fuck did you do that for? And then like everybody else, all the speculation, fuck, he couldn't even come back in time. He had Lynch Mob waiting for him. The guy who actually did it, he's doing life now for it. He copped out to it after he got caught. He was already in IDOC custody. He actually called his mother and told his mother to call the FBI while he was in Menard and said, hey, Ma, I did something bad. Somebody else is locked up for it. I know I'm not going anywhere. My whole life's been this shit. Like, I got to do something right. And he confessed to his mother on a collect call from the prison, which, that shit's recorded. And he told the he instructed the mom, call the FBI and let them know exactly what I just said. And yeah, they come right to that fucking prison. They grabbed his ass up out of there, and yeah, they even found his shoes that he had from his last prison bit. They found his shoes, like, that they didn't find when they found her, because he tossed her over the bridge. There's a little tiny bridge with like a waterway. Yeah. It's sad. It's really sad, because anybody who's a parent like me, it hurts. I bring it up though because, the whole aspect of somebody else that fucking. Why, if you're the father, why the fuck, if you know you didn't do it, and you didn't, why the fuck would you even entertain it? I don't give a fuck they're beating you with rubber hoses and peg legging you. Kill me, motherfucker, because you ain't gonna make something up like that with me. And the thing is, I haven't ever had them come at me with some crazy shit like that. But believe me, I've been had them come at me for some shit. And this is the thing. I was looking at Big Time, and they were just like, they try shit. They'll turn the AC all up. They cut your clothes off, hit you with for the gunpowder residue, with the thing to see if you do the GPS powder test. All sorts of shit. They come in playing good cop, bad cop. Then, you really show them that you're harder than Korean steel and you can't break something that don't bend. That's when they start fucking going Gestapo. Well, I think he might have played that, and then when they went Gestapo, they just started fucking his ass up and was like, we're gonna throw you in the steel mill. We're gonna put you back to where you came from. And he broke down. I don't know why. But he wrote a statement saying he did it, and that's why they initially arrested him. But he ended up getting one of the best lawyers in the country. And like I said, you guys should know who it is, because I just said the motto she's created. I mean, she's known for beating capital cases. I mean, cases that you shouldn't be able to beat. I mean, she's a fucking bone crusher when it comes to court. She knows how to make the fucking state's attorney run and hide like a child who can't conjure the courage at night to light a candle. For real. I already brought her up. Like I said, she did OJ's case and got him acquitted. So y'all know who I'm talking about. She's the one who made it me. If the glove don't fit, you gotta quit. Well, with Homeboy, even though he fucking wrote a statement, it was because of the DNA. When the DNA came back and he was still in custody, it wasn't his. They had to let him go. So a new motto that she was be able to create because of her ability, and because of the negligence and how thirsty they were to get somebody locked up, because they were under so much pressure probably by the mayor and everybody else and whoever was running them. Because you know how that shit works. When shit goes bad, everything goes down. This is how it goes. They got to apply that pressure because it's making them look bad. They need results. They need results. So sometimes the cops don't give a shit. If they can make you fucking crash out on something you didn't do, It's going to make them sleep better at night because the case is closed. All they're praying for is that it doesn't get back reopened and they don't get exposed. Because there's a lot, I'm telling you, there's more dirty cops out there than you would believe. It's almost like every day that ends with a Y. You can't get by. They're there. They're fucking there. Oh, yeah. But yeah, what's sad about his whole situation is I think karma fucked him too, because you don't ever want to admit to something you didn't do. Never. Especially something heinous like that. Kidnapping, aggravated premeditated sexual predatory assault to a child, and the child's yours, and then murder. Like I said, they asked for the death penalty at his bail hearing. They said, if we get a conviction, we're going for death penalty. They said, we're not even going for a fucking plea deal. When we get a conviction, we're going death penalty. His bail was $30 million. Yeah. He needed $3 million to bail out, like Michael Jackson. Even though Michael Jackson just bailed, he goes, that bail doesn't mean nothing to me. Oh, wee. You forgot I own half a Sony in my catalog? Oh, yeah. Which nobody does these days other than Taylor Swift and a couple other people. Fucking. But, like, yeah, he got killed. He got killed in a car wreck a couple years ago. Yeah. He got killed in a car wreck. Some drunk driver fucking smashed into him. He wasn't doing nothing wrong. He was trying to go through a green light. Somebody come through a red light and fucking killed him. And like I said, you can't fight fate, man. I told you, when you walk out this motherfucking door, when you walk out your fucking door at night or in the daytime, it doesn't matter when the fuck you walk out of it. At a bare minimum, best case scenario, come back in. No matter what the fuck you're doing out there. Because you can't control that type of shit like the weather. You can't control cataclysms and typhoons and tsunamis, even though we trying. And we think we detect them with a motherfucking Doppler radar. Fuck that thing. Fuck that machine. I try to tell fucking those motherfucking weather houses, I tell them, man, you better go fucking pray to something. Because you fucking run the wrong thing. It's happening. We got a 13.6 time chance of snow and a 3.4 chance of fucking hail, and then we got a 12% chance of fucking golf ball size hail, and then nothing fucking happens. It actually rains. You fucker, I had to build an ark so I didn't drown, you fucking cunt. You cunt driver. Like, you don't know nothing. You know, like they said in there, you know nothing, Jon Snow. Yeah. They don't. They fucking, if you bank on a machine to tell you the weather, you really don't know shit. That's almost like the doctors, the back doctors and the brain doctors. If you really look at them and look them in their eyes and go, stop fucking giving me the hot ass garbage and just tell me the facts, they'll tell you, we really don't know shit about. They can just assume. I'm talking like people who work on the first lines on the FNL people that are first line people. The people, the back people they work on, they'll tell you. They really don't know shit about back. The back and the brain is a mystery. They only know certain things. The back, the back is just with the spine, that can make you quadriplegic, paraplegic. You get, and then like the whole thing is, that's something you got to worry about. And then on top of it, the other point, the whole other point of that, like people don't ever take any of that shit into consideration. None of it at all. I don't know. I'm sorry. I sit back and I look at it from all the angles, and I look see my mind. I haven't said this before, but I'll say it. My mind's like a fucking vortex. It doesn't stop, and I don't sit there and worry about I just worry about and think about and contemplate about things that are happening and transpiring, and things that I knew that was going to happen, but there's nothing I could have done about it because. You go out of your way to try to do something, they're going to look at you like a fucking whack job. You're going to end up in the fucking peanut factory. Yeah. Nuttier than a squirrel turd. Oh, yeah. And then you're going to wonder why you're getting hit with fucking snowed out with Ativan or getting hit with Thorazine every other day. They keep your ass quiet. Because anybody that knows that you're fucking spitting gold, they're going to shut you down and keep you silent. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because you're deemed a liability. You deem to be a liability. If they're in their interest, oh yeah, it's very in their interest to shut you down quick, like a fucking game. But I'm not gonna lie. I gotta eat, my stomach's hot. I will get back on. Hey, this is what I'm gonna do, guy. I'm gonna get back on. Just let me eat. Let me take care of some of this stuff I gotta do. You want to get back on? We'll run it. Because we're at almost 3 hours right now. 2 hours and 40 minutes. We did good yesterday. The thing is, this is nothing for me. I'm the type of person I could sit on here all day and talk and let you motherfuckers know. And you guys, you know what I'm saying? Let everybody know the obvious. Even if you don't know the obvious, you will know the obvious eventually. Because whether you're reading something, you don't have to read. You want to come to me, come to me. Fuck them audiobooks. I'll let you know what's up. I don't know everything, but I'll tell you this right now. If I do know something about what you ask, I will let you know. But if it's something that I don't know, I sure as hell won't talk on it. But what I will do, I will go look into it. Because then I'm going to be intrigued. And I'm going to want to know because I'm going to be interested. Knowledge is power. And guess what? That's a true peace of mind. Fuck that. Fuck everything else. You want a true peace of mind to give you sleep at night? Go make it happen. Don't fucking be something you're not. Be who you are. Be who you're going to be. Like, comment, subscribe. It's another one with your boy Witham. I might be on a couple hours. Otherwise, you'll see me tomorrow on... It's Sunday morning. I started in Saturday, but it's... What is it? Is it Sunday now? Hold on here. Let's see. Yes, it's Sunday morning. It's 18 after. I started in Saturday evening. We're into Sunday. I'll be back on. Just give me a little bit. If you're not worried about it, is it my mod right here? Is that you? My digits are on that one channel. You want to delete them after? You can hit me up. No, I'm serious. You want to hit me up? Look, somebody, message. See, I don't even look at this shit. Who retracted a message? You didn't Wow. Somebody caught their tongue, huh? What the fuck were they trying to say? Because I can't see it. It says they retracted the fucking message. What did they say? Did you see it? No, you see it though, right? The guy, M-A-N-U, like it says menu or manu. Oh, it says hi, manu. No, not so you. You actually said hi, right? The message they popped, then you said hi, and you tagged them, but now their shit's gone. It says message retracted. That means they took it away. They removed it on their own. I don't care. I don't mind. Do I look like I mind? You know I'm fine. I grew up without mine. And I've done time. And you see how I am? I thought I'd never learn to read. But here I am. I used to think motherfuckers are faggots and bitches who fucking read books. Yeah. That's what I used to say to people when I was a little kid. Yes. I'm ashamed of all that bullshit. I don't even like to think about it, but I'll put it on here to let y'all know, because if you got somebody doing it or you've done it and you think it's still cool, don't be doing it, because you ain't going to get nothing good out of it. You don't get nothing on preying on the weak. Now, you got somebody that opens the door they can't close and they making you the main attraction. Do what you got to do, man. Don't be a fucking shit man. Don't stand the fuck up for yourself. If you got to eat a can of fucking spinach, so be it. At least you conjured the courage to do it. Don't be a broke dick Popeye. We don't need that. You know, like Popeye said, I am what I am. Well, guess what? We are what we are, but we're not a fucking cartoon. Don't laugh. This is reality TV at this point. I might not be on a television station, but I'm on my own channel, my platform. So I don't need no laughing. This is reality TV. So if I advise you to do something and you know that it's fucking probably for your own good, then I suggest you do it. I'm not telling you. So take it under very heavy advisement. Because I'm not going to feel sorry for you if you go do the same fucking thing again, like punching the brick wall. Like I said, by default, you're going to break. By default, the brick wall is going to win. Because you're going to punch the wall and you're going to break every fucking bone in your hand. I don't care if you're high off PCP. You might not feel for hours, but you're going to wake up to that fucking pain. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, like, you go to do that, and then 20 years later or 10 years later, you go to punch the wall again. If you can't think about the last time you just fucking dogged yourself out, you're never going to learn. Big Burn, the Ring of Fire's got your ass in eternal fire. So, I'm just letting you know, just, if you want to keep rinse and repeat and you've got no problem with it, then so be it. That's your fate. You set your fate. That's your destiny. Remember, you have free will. Don't be desensitized. Don't stop deluding yourself. Don't be a fucking chump. Anybody out there, stop deluding yourself. Know that you have a choice. Don't let people fucking tell you or put you in a position where you think you ain't got no choice. Don't be the frog And don't be the scorpion. Be yourself. Be yourself. Seriously, just be yourself. If you can be yourself, you will make it a long way. You don't make it to my age being fucking stupid, I'll tell you that. And let me give you a hint. I'm almost 40. And people think sometimes I'm a fucking teenager in my early 20s. Even though somebody one day told me I look like I'm 60 years old. They were hating on my swag. They're like, you still think you got drip when you fucking 60 years old? I said, why? Is it a hanging offense? Because if so, bring the gallows on a fucking dolly and come find me. Because I'm going nowhere. So if you got a chainsaw, come get me and do what you do. No, I know. I got the fountain of youth in my blood. And the thing is, you would think all the stress would have fucking started giving me fucking gray hairs. I ain't got one gray hair, and if I do, I can't see it. But I've got people that are my age and younger that are fucking like, they look like they're fucking 60, and they ain't got, they're just fucked. They're completely fucked. They look like they've been skull fucked their whole life, and somebody scribbled fuck off on their face. Oh, yeah. So, but yeah, I'm cracking at 245. If you want, hey, I will send you a message, but the thing is, hey, my digits on there, I want you to crack that off. Can you smack that off on that one thing? I don't need that all on there. I can't even look into it. No, because somebody asked to try to contact me in a way, and I didn't have a Facebook, and I gave them the digits. I don't give a fuck whether they, they're going to do what they do. There's no forcing. But if you want to get a hold of me, the digits are there, so grab them and then take that message off if you want. Because if not, I'm going to have to look at it and take it off. I know I can, but I don't even want to look. Like, I'm not even worried about it. But if you want to actually talk to me, my digits are there, so you can grab them. Just look into a couple, I think one of the shorts from a couple days ago. Yeah. Just look at, I mean, dude, you've been locked in on me for over a year, watching my shit faithfully. That's one of the reasons why I figured I'd bestow the honor upon making you my mod. And that's why I was so happy when you're like, I'm honored. So if you want to talk to me and get a little bit more down to brass tacks, grab them digits. And if you don't want to grab them digits, still delete that for me. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go on and do it. Because somebody asked for some way to get a hold of me, and I wasn't trying to be stupid. I was trying to be polite. And then they fucking thought I banned them, which was weird because I didn't ban nobody. I've never banned anybody from here. And then they're like, I don't know. They just do it. People be people. Unpredictable and spontaneous. But yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad you do, because I need one. There's no way I'd be able to keep up with what the fuck I'm doing and do what you're doing. And the thing is, I noticed with a lot of people that got bigger channels, they got more than one mod. So, like, I'm hoping to find people like-minded like you, because obviously people watch my shit because I've been growing. I haven't been going backwards. I started at 0. I'm pushing towards 700 now. I'm at 6-something. I'm in no rush. Like I said, next year I could be at fucking 670 and I wouldn't give a fuck. As long as I'm not losing followers and I'm gaining, I'm making progress. That's all that matters. I'm all about progress. And I'm all about my GP, general principles. So, it's like I said, if you can't fucking stand up for something, you might as well give everything the fuck up, including your fucking life and the breath in your lungs. You might as well be a fucking stain on the wall. No, because if you want to fucking, just like somebody's willing to fucking lie about something little. If they're willing to lie about something that doesn't mean anything, they'll lie about anything. Fuck that. I don't like that shit. And the thing is, everybody's lied at one time. Little white lie, whatever. But being a compulsive liar and making shit up and Frankenstein stories and all that shit, that's a whole different ballgame. You can't let people fucking try to do that shit. That's why I love when a motherfucker try to pull some shit like, you don't do that, you didn't do this. Or try to call me out on something. Like that one, hey, homeboy with my pinky. What did he say that one day? You can't even touch him. Well, what did I post the next day after that? I crushed him. I crushed him with it. Yeah, he had nothing to say. I bird fed him his own fucking dog shit back. And I hope he fucking ate it. Because I made him fucking yummy, yum, 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 yum. Oh, yeah, I made him chew it up and regurgitate it like a fucking bird feeding the babies. Oh, yeah. And then I made him eat it and regurgitate and swallow again, because you were going to tell me what the fuck I've done in my life. I know what I've done in my life. And if you don't believe me, rotate. But if I got to prove myself because you call me out, oh, you being removed root and stem. Oh, yeah, you will be removed root and stem with deadly purpose, with the task at hand, not absent, because you don't want to go to open that door. And I'm going to close that motherfucker on you, and you're never going to be able to come in again. you're gonna have to make another account and fucking lurk like a fucking coward. And I don't like that. I don't want nobody to be on. I'm not trying to talk shit to nobody, but I'm not. I gotta be a little Gustavo a little bit because people get the wrong idea sometimes. They get the wrong idea, and then before you know it, if you don't say nothing to nobody, you'll have everybody on here fucking banking on you, like because they're like, oh, he's a fucking dartboard or he's a voodoo doll. Hell no. I made myself that on my own. I'm done with that shit. You haven't turned me no Vic. I turned myself into a statistic before. You're not doing that shit to me. You're not doing that shit to me. That's why I tell people when I get people that come up to me and go, I'm going to go fucking do this to somebody. I go like this. Why? And they're like, because so-and-so told so-and-so and told so-and-so this and told my baby mama fucking this and that. I said, really? So it came from like the fifth power, third removed? Everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. But if they can't say it to your face, it ain't important. I've saved a lot of people's lives from that. A lot of people don't give a fuck. They're just born to crash out, whatever. Whether they come back or not. But I will try. Look, I'm pushing 3 hours right now, 250, 34 seconds gone. I'm glad I've had, hey, everything's been perfect, guys. Like I said, y'all seen the paper I got. Like I said, that's just to cement my position. So that's why I studying. Because I'm going to go in there this fucking week. I'm coming out with that bitch. Unless they try to conjure the courage to bring the Colossus Sardinia to put the fucking foot on my neck. Like, I'm doing it. It's happening. Like, comment, subscribe. You got my digits. Grab my digits. Delete it. Store them on yours. Hit me up. And then we can link in better what time and try to keep everything coinciding. But I got to go. I'm hungry. I'm out. Hit me up. Text me. Call me.